Last Saturday's match at Al Lang had it all. Breakout performances, spectacular saves, and one of the newest Rowdies making his mark. Now with that big win in the books, the Rowdies are home again tonight, trying to make it 2 in a row. It's the Rowdies versus New York Red Bulls 2 tonight in St. Petersburg, and your live Rowdies pregame show starts right now. Fans outside of Al Lang Stadium getting ready for tonight's match here in downtown St. Petersburg. Hello, everyone, and welcome to your Rowdies pregame show live on This TV Tampa Bay. Heather Donnelly here with you on the concourse of Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Pete, getting you ready for tonight's match as the Rowdies are set to host the New York Red Bulls 2. I'm joined here at the desk by Lyndon Blake, and we'll check in with play-by-play man Drew Felios and color commentator Eddie Rodriguez in just a little bit. Lyndon, a big one tonight here at Al Lang Stadium, as always, but now the Rowdies have a chance to continue their winning ways and make it 2 in a row.
Yes, to go back-to-back. It was such a treat last Saturday here at Al Lang. Hopefully we're in for another one.
Yeah, absolutely. We gotta love a homestand here. Now let's take a look at the starting 11 for the Rowdies tonight. Not much change from last week. The Rowdies still in a 4-3-3, and the only change is Leo Fernandez starting on the left side in place of Georgi Ristov. Now let's take a look at tonight's injury report. Nothing new this week, Lyndon.
Yes, that's kind of good news and bad news. It's been the same for a while. We still have David Najum, Cal Karinga, Zach Portillos, and Lance Roseboom all out with lower body injuries. Actually, Cal Karinga underwent surgery this week on his ankle, and unfortunately, he will be out for the rest of the season, but the surgery was successful, so some good news there.
Yeah, we wish Kyle best of luck in his recovery. Now some news and notes from this past week.
Yes, Georgi Ristov is sitting this one out after his yellow card Saturday. He is serving a 1-game suspension, and now we have Joe Cole on a yellow card watch. He has 7. Switching gears now, Cody Mizell got the Save of the Week nominee with that awesome extension he had in the second half against Indy 11. Now, he's not the only one getting attention from the USL, Heather.
No, he's not. Some great news for the Rowdies this week. Junior Flemings was named USL Player of the Week. The Jamaican midfielder notched a goal and 2 assists in last Saturday's 3-1 win over the Indy 11. Flemings is the first Rowdies player to earn Player of the Week honors since Tampa Bay joined the USL last year. Earlier tonight, Drew Felios caught up with Rowdies head coach Neil Collins to talk about facing a very strong Red Bulls 2 team tonight.
Last time the Rowdies faced New York, you were a player. Tonight, you're a coach. How is the approach different going into tonight?
Actually, it's been hopefully very different. I felt leading up to that game, we probably just didn't focus just quite enough on the Red Bulls and their strengths. I mean, obviously it's important that you focus on your own game, but that was a big game for us, and I just think we went in, we just weren't quite prepared for what hit us. Hopefully we're prepared tonight. They're a very good side, they've got lots of strengths, lots of energy, but hopefully we can bring our strengths to the fore.
How much nicer is it to have Bonomo on our side than their side?
Obviously, if you look at the recent history, it's much better to have him on our side. Hopefully he has the same form he's shown in the past few games that these teams have played. But, you know, we're really pleased to have him. He's made a good start, and I think he'll prove to be a long-term good signing for the club.
Junior Fleming's been lights out lately. Can this continue? I imagine he's going to get a lot of respect from that side here tonight.
Yeah, I think one thing about the Red Bulls is it shows the fact that they could let those 2 players leave, just show how strong their current group of young players are. We're glad to have them, and hopefully we can get even more out of Junior and Stefano. It will certainly be interesting on both sides.
Great stuff. Thank you, Coach.
Cheers.
Neil Collins there talking about Junior Flemings. Now let's hear from Junior and Leo Fernandez. They both spoke this week about tonight's rematch with the Red Bulls 2.
Sometimes it can be good and sometimes it can be bad. In terms of, you know, if you think you know them too well, then, you know, they might just tweak things a little bit different. But, I mean, the Red Bulls doesn't change. You know, they keep their philosophy, and to them, it's, you know, it's just a commitment to do the same things over and over. So I think we pretty much know what they have to offer this weekend. I know it's going to be a good game, you know. I know it's going to be a good encounter in terms of, you know, not only tactically, but, you know, it comes down to physicality and stuff. So, you know, but I think we're really ready, you know, especially that first game, you know, that's behind us, but we're really looking to bounce back.
We still have that feeling. that we had when we went there in New York, and we definitely want some payback, and we hope to have a good performance out on Saturday. Anybody on the team can step in any given day and give a great performance. So I think that says a lot of positives about our team.
Well, Leo Fernandez, they're saying they want payback. Not a great game in April against the Red Bulls, too. Tonight, they want revenge.
They do want revenge. Back in April, they kept saying, we want to just forget about that game. Obviously, now it's coming back into their memory. So hopefully it's a different result tonight for the Rowdies.
And it's a very different team tonight taking on Red Bulls, too. Especially the Rowdies now have Stefano Bonomo on their side.
I know they're so excited about that. He actually said he's very much out of his comfort zone with the Rowdies right now, but he's happy about it. He says that's going to make him a better player.
Well, the Rowdies got back to their winning ways last Saturday, taking down the Indy 11 to end a 2-game losing streak. When we come back, we'll relive all the action at Al Lang. Don't go anywhere.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to Clearwater Beach, the #1 beach in the U.S. as chosen by travelers on TripAdvisor. It's not just white sand and Gulf breezes. Beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast. Visit stpclearwater.com. Love the beach.
Welcome back to our Rowdies pregame show live here on This TV Tampa Bay. We are here live on the concourse of Al Lang Stadium. And now we welcome in Drew Filios, who's up in our broadcast booth. Drew, it was a fun one here at Al Lang last Saturday, wasn't it?
Yes, and the Rowdies certainly needed that because rarely do you see the Rowdies struggle at home. They had lost 2 of their last 3 here at Al Lang going into that game last week against Indy 11. And what happens? A completely revamped lineup. Let's take a look at those highlights. The Rowdies came out on fire, led by new faces like Diakite, Poku as well. 12th minute, Junior Flemings, the interception, would kick it into another gear down the right side, and watch this gorgeous pass right there. Bonomo in stride, buries it with his left foot, and it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Rowdies off to the good start. How about Kyle Porter as well? Looked so comfortable last week. Gets it to Flemings. Flemings crosses into Ristoff, and it's off his face and into the back of the net. This one hurt. Georgie was shaken up, feeling this goal, but he would eventually be okay. Less than a minute later, Indy coming right back. Eugene Starikov taking on Porter. This really tight to the goal, but able to get it by Mizell, and Indy would cut the Rowdies' lead to 2-1. Second half now, Cody Mizell would take over this match. Time after time, denying outstanding chances by the visitors. 89th minute, Georgie leading the counterattack. Michael Nanchoff touching as well. This is just gorgeous. Back to Ristoff. Ristoff flicks it, and this cross is perfect for the header belonging to Flemings. 3-1. Rowdies comfortably in front. That is a gorgeous goal. 7 minutes of stoppage time, and they produced nothing for the visitor. Commotion in the box here. Starikoff's shot. Look at Mizell denying. Rowdies go on to win by a final score of 3-1, led by Junior Flemings and a pumped-up Cody Mizell. Rowdies get a much-needed win. Joined now by Eddie Rodriguez. Eddie, let's talk a little bit more about Cody Mizell. We had a chance to catch up with him at practice. This is a completely revamped, renewed player.
Yeah, pretty much. You talk about somebody who started their season and then he was benched for different reasons, showed his professionalism. He knew that he had to wait his turn again, and what an amazing game he had last time here at home. It was all about him because he could have gotten a chance to give us off one. When the team needed him, he showed up big time.
Yeah, tremendous effort from him. Also, Diakite in the back was a little dehydrated last week, and to be better condition this week. He looked very, very good.
Yeah, he only had a few practices prior to that game, but talk about a defender who's got it all. He's got the size, he's got the speed, he marks so well, and he shows some of the leadership in the back for the Rowdies.
All right, so Cody Mizell, Diakite, Poku. The cast of characters right now working well, Heather. We hope it continues here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, guys. And with that win, the Rowdies climbed up to 10th in the Eastern Conference standings. The top 8 teams in each conference make the playoffs, and Tampa Bay is just 2 points back from the 8th place team.
Yes, this would be a good time to get a win tonight for the Rowdies. If there's any time to start climbing the tables and get to that playoff picture, well, it's right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here on the Rowdies pregame show, we like to ask the hard-hitting questions. Last week, we asked the team to tell us their favorite vegetable. So naturally, we also needed to find out their least favorite vegetables. Check it out.
Least favorite vegetable. I'm not a fan of pickles.
Eggplant. Not a huge fan of eggplants.
Squash. Least favorite tomato. Get tomatoes out of here. That still qualifies as a vegetable, I think. Yeah, get tomatoes out of here. I'm not here for it.
I don't really like mushrooms, to be honest. I don't even know if that's a vegetable, is it?
Probably olives. Is that a vegetable or that's fruit? I don't know.
Carrots. I'm a big carrot guy.
Cooked carrots. Just not a fan. Doesn't get my taste buds right.
I can't get on with sweet corn at all, because when I used to fish the canals in London, I used to use sweet corn as a bait, only for tiny little fish, roach and perch. But even looking at it on someone's plate makes me feel a bit yuck.
I don't like vegetables. I eat them sometimes because I have to.
Maybe Brussels sprouts.
I'm not a big fan of broccoli, but I have to eat it. It's good for me, it's healthy.
I really don't have one, but Brussels sprouts if I'd say, yeah.
Brussels sprouts, for sure. Least favorite, cauliflower. It sucks, like cardboard.
Cauliflower, for sure. I hate cauliflower. It's disgusting.
I don't actually think I have one. Gosh, it's all good for you, so yeah, get it in.
Lots of good choices there. I'm going to go with tomato. I know there's a debate whether that's fruit or vegetable, but we'll call it a vegetable. And it's just on everything.
It is.
I hate it.
I do not like English peas. I think they're disgusting. Do not want anything to do with them. I'm surprised. Tam, there's no way he can have a least favorite vegetable being vegan. That's all he eats.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Yeah, I know. He's Mr. Healthy there. All right. Well, the Rowdies have fans of all ages, and one very special Rowdies fan is about to turn 90. Get to know the birthday girl, Lizzie Berta, when we return here on the Rowdies pregame show.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, And of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Welcome back, fans gathering on the concourse, picking up some concessions and merchandise ahead of tonight's match. We are here on the concourse. Heather Donnelly and Lyndon Blake joining you here in downtown St. Pete as the Rowdies get set to host New York Red Bulls 2. Well, anyone who's ever been here to a Rowdies game has probably seen longtime Rowdies fan Lizzie Berta front and center in Ralph's Mob playing her tambourine. She's about to turn 90 years old, and Lyndon, you recently sat down with the birthday girl.
I sure did. It was such an honor. It's safe to say I've never met anyone like Lizzie before. Her energy is electric, and as a Rowdies fan, she wouldn't celebrate the big 9-0 anywhere else but a Rowdies game.
Turning 90. Wait till you're there. Yes, it can be exciting, I think. Exciting as I'm going to make it, which is go to the Rowdy game.
Lizzie, just want to wish you a happy birthday. 90 years old. Congratulations.
I walk around with a glass hoping somebody put some beer in it, but and that's always adds to the fun of the game. The only thing I say about being 90 is I'm very, very grateful that I'm here and able to be here, drive my car, and I hope all of you, when you get to be 90, can do the same and go to a Rowdy game. You have to root for the Rowdies. My birthday wish would definitely involve the Rowdies, and of course I want them to do the best and take it all. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? That'd be great.
Happy birthday, Lizzie. Hope you had a great day, Lizzie. Hope we get this win for you.
Lizzie, we'll be listening out for your tambourine. Make sure you bang it nice and loud when we score.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I have that tambourine that people ask me about. Do I get it out? It's kind of annoying.
Get louder, get rowdy. Lizzie, yeah.
Woo!
Oh, one favorite memory was at 75 when we won it all. That would be my top memory, was winning it all in 75. There's so many of my all-time favorite players. Well, Rodney Marsh was one of mine. They're all my favorite players, especially in 75. Those guys were just unbelievable.
Happy birthday, Lizzie.
Gotta love Lizzie. I hope I'm as cool as her when I turn 90.
I know. She's going to get to celebrate with a lot of Rowdies people. There's a lot of Rowdies birthdays this week. We have Coach Collins, his wife. It's her birthday. We have one of our marketing girls, Becca. It's her birthday. And our communications manager, Mike, it's his birthday today. So there must be something in the water with all these Rowdies fans.
Yeah, absolutely. And happy 90th birthday to Lizzie Berta. Well, for more features and interviews like the one you just saw, be sure to follow the Rowdies on all their different social media platforms. You can follow on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, so you don't miss out on any Rowdies updates throughout the week. Head over to rowdysoccer.com for more information on how to follow.
And now for a quick weather update. It is so hot outside. We're looking around 87 degrees, but it feels a lot hotter. It's 40% chance of rain, and the humidity is at 65%. That's oppressive in meteorology terms, so it's hot out here, Heather.
Yeah, another steamy one at Al Lang. Well, kickoff is coming up quickly, so when we come back, we'll take a closer look at the Red Bulls 2 and preview tonight's match. Stick around.
It's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun.
It's time to celebrate and save at Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale. Save 35% on furniture and mattresses. Or get 72 months no interest on new styles to celebrate your home. Going on now at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Hurry in and save at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business. Always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Welcome back to our Rowdies pregame show live on this TV Tampa Bay. The Rowdies getting set to kick off with New York Red Bulls 2 here at Allang Stadium.
They sure are, and last time the Rowdies and New York Red Bulls 2 met up was April 14th. It was a brutal 5-0 loss on the road for the Rowdies, a match many Rowdies wanted to put in the rearview mirror. And in case you forgot, because it's been a couple of months, our guy Stefano Bonomo had himself a match, a goal, and 2 assists. So it's funny how things work out, Heather. Now he's on the Rowdies side, helping Tampa Bay avenge that loss against his former team.
Yes, and let's take a look at a little overview of his former team, the New York Red Bulls 2. Coached by John Wallenick. They have an 8-6-7 record, but no wins on the road for the 2016 USL Cup champions. And tonight they are without their leading scorer, Armando Moreno. He has 9 goals on the season, but he did not travel to St. Pete this weekend.
That may be a good thing for the Rowdies. And New York is a special place for a lot of Rowdies. Obviously, Stefano just recently jumped ship. He played from New York from 2015 to just last month. A flat-out goal scorer for that club, and Rowdies are very happy to see him in green and gold tonight. Also, our player of the week, Junior Flemings, in 52 appearances, the Swift midfielder scored 16 goals for New York. And also, David Najam came up through the Red Bulls Academy. So even though he's on the pitch tonight, I'm sure he'll be happy to see some familiar faces.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of connections between these two teams. Now let's revisit the USL standings, taking a look at where New York stands. The Red Bulls 2 are currently in playoff contention, sitting in 6th place, but it's a tight race in the Eastern Conference, and New York is just 6 points ahead of the Rowdies. Tampa Bay hoping to earn 3 points tonight to help close that gap. Earlier tonight, Drew Felios chatted with New York head coach John Wallenick. Let's hear what he had to say ahead of tonight's match.
Coach Wallenick, welcome to downtown St. Pete. Your club has had tons of success recently against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Why do you think so?
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to tell. I think it's a decent matchup for us. You know, in some ways, they're always tough games. You know, it's not like we come down here and dominate, or you know that you know we totally have their number. It's just you know, we've gotten a couple breaks and been able to play well against them, and you know, we know they have good players and good team, and a team that's motivated to you know be aggressive and get good players and stuff. And I think our guys take that challenge on in a good way, and I think that motivates us to put good performances out.
One of those players is Bonomo. How weird is it going to be seeing him on the Rowdy side tonight?
Yeah, I've been doing this job this is my 4th year now, so I'm getting a little bit used to it, but it's still a little weird for sure. You know, Stefano is a great contributor to our team and our club, and you know, obviously, I take pride in the fact that he's continuing to have success, and I wish them the best, obviously, you know, except for maybe today. But it's great to see him out playing and still doing a good job. And, you know, obviously mixed feelings today playing against them.
Best of luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks.
And now we'll send it up to Drew and Eddie live in the broadcast booth. They're getting ready to call tonight's match. Guys, I expect this one will be quite a bit different than the matchup back in April.
Yeah, it certainly will, Heather, because one thing you can say about this new Rowdies bunch, Eddie, whenever they made all those acquisitions, guys like Poku and Diakite and Bonomo, all those guys well over 6 feet tall. On set pieces, Rowdies much bigger.
Yeah, and that's one of the things the coaching staff, starting by Neil Collins, wanted to do. The difference between the Rowdies then, when he was still playing, only scored 3 goals in set pieces and corner kicks, and now, as you mentioned, you have 4 to 5 players, including Poku, when he goes and takes the free kicks, who are over 6'3". And of course, you have the defenders going forward, and Bonomo as well, trying to put it in the back of the net.
Meanwhile, New York leading the USL in goals with 44. The Rowdies' back line is going to be tested. They haven't been together very long, but they have really answered the bell so far.
They got to stick together, and it all starts with the Akite, who had a great game here last week. Starts with him. Porter on the right. You talk Tam as well. So defensive shape has to stay home, has to stay focused.
Also, the communication between Mizell and that back line, very, very critical as the Rowdies look to get a win against New York. How personal is this tonight, too, after the Rowdies lost 5-0 up there back in April?
Well, listen, let's not kid around. When you went to New York and you pretty much lost that very bad game, it was 5-0. They could have done better. They didn't. So for them, it's about getting paid back here at home. Al Lang, your fans, and it's about putting your chances away, put it in the back of the net against a great Red Bull team, too.
Tough test for the Rowdies tonight, but right now, guys, team looks very, very good. Coming together at the right time. Kickoff in just a few minutes.
Yeah, Drew, you said it, a tough test for the Rowdies tonight, but the Red Bulls, too, have yet to win on the road, and we all know how tough it is for teams to come in and play here at Al Lang.
I'm sure the Rowdies are going to use that to their advantage tonight. Hopefully the crowd will get into it for them and really make it difficult for New York to score on our defense.
And, of course, Lizzie Berta, everyone's favorite Rowdies fan, will be up there cheering the Rowdies on, playing her tambourine, celebrating her 90th birthday.
Yeah, be sure to go find her. She's in the front row of Ralph's Mall. Go wish her a happy birthday. She'll be hanging out, shaking that tambourine. She says it's annoying, but she doesn't care. It's loud, and she says it helps the Rowdies get in their game form.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that wraps up our pregame show. For Lyndon, Drew, Eddie, and our entire broadcast crew, I'm Heather Donnelly. Thanks for watching. Rowdies versus New York Red Bulls 2 is up next.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to 35 miles of white sand bliss. But it's more than emerald surf and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of life, nature, art, music, or whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast in St. Pete Clearwater. Love the beach.
Led by USL Player of the Week, Junior Flemings, the Rowdies erupted against Indy 11 and look for revenge tonight against New York. It's coming up next. It is a beautiful evening in downtown St. Pete, but tonight Rowdies fans hope some payback is in the air as Tampa Bay hosts New York Red Bulls 2. And we're thrilled to have you with us, everybody, alongside former MLS and Liga MX star Eddie Rodriguez. I'm Drew Felios. Well, last week we saw a revamped and refocused Rowdies team. Eddie, they took it to Indy 11. What do you think is the biggest difference from this Rowdies bunch and the ones that we saw earlier in the season?
A much more dynamic team, Drew. A team that came out swinging, they came out flying. They were able to put their chance away early, and that pretty much was the difference in that game.
All right, and tonight you've got New York, a team that routed the Rowdies back in April. You know, as a former player, the Rowdies have that game in the back of their minds.
Absolutely. Well, you like it or not, it's in the back of your mind, knowing that the last time you went up there, you gave up 5 goals, and not the way you wanted to. They could have had a couple of early ones that Flemings just couldn't put away. So tonight is their revenge here at home.
All right, this New York team, highest scoring in the league. They are fast, they are fundamental, they are dynamic. They're led by Brian White, who went off last time these two teams hooked up.
He did, and he's the type of forward that you cannot give him space, especially right there inside the 18. Look, he comes out of nowhere. Nice little slide tackle right there, but he's a great forward. Don't give him space so he can do this. Great header to the far post, and he's just one of those guys who you cannot leave him alone all the time.
Meanwhile, Papa Diakite in the back line for Tampa Bay. Oh, was he special in his first Rowdies outing?
Absolutely. He's got it all, Drew. He's got size, 6'3", 6'4". He's got the ability to go forward. He can drive a ball. He's great technically and tactically in the back. He's going to lead that defense. He's going to be a great addition to this team.
And Diakite, much more fit this week than he was a week ago. Remember, the heat sort of got to him late in that contest against Indy 11. Brian White, meanwhile, only 22 years old. This is certainly going to be a good one. New York and Tampa Bay. The kickoff from Al Lang Stadium is coming up next.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to Clearwater Beach, the #1 beach in the U.S. as chosen by travelers on TripAdvisor. It's not just white sand and Gulf breezes. Beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast. Visit stpclearwater.com. Love the beach.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life. Mohegan Sun.
USL arch rivals set to duel. Tampa Bay Rowdies, New York Red Bulls 2, coming at you from downtown St. Pete. Take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. You notice for the New York Red Bulls 2, Andrew Tenari, 5 goals, 3 assists. He is a tremendous player. Brian White, 7 goals to his credit. playing along that left side. And for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, notice no Georgie Ristoff tonight. Leo Fernandez will get a start in his place. Leo, the midfielder, and Stefano Bonomo up top looks to settle a score with his former team. Send it down on the field to the third member of our crew. Heather Donnelly, take it away.
Thanks, Drew. Like we just saw in the Rowdies starting 11, Georgie Ristoff not in it tonight. He's suspended due to yellow card accumulation because of the caution he picked up last week against Indy. But the Red Bulls, too, are also without their leading scorer. Amando Moreno leads the team with 9 goals, but he did not travel tonight. So both teams without their leading scorers, they'll have to find goals from somewhere else here tonight, guys.
All right, thanks, Heather. Neil Collins leading the Tampa Bay Rowdies. They're getting better and better under his watch. Meanwhile, John Wallenick, it's New York Red Bulls Academy, Eddie, one of the most respected in the United States, and he is a big reason why they run quite a program for Red Bulls.
Yeah, they've done a great job, especially bringing players from this team to the first division team, and it's, as you mentioned, one of the most successful academies, if you will, when it comes down to getting players to the first division team, the MLS squad. That's something they've done phenomenal. And of course, it's a testament to his coaching abilities and how they want to produce players to the higher ranks.
31 points, Red Bulls 2 come into this match with. They know it's a big one here after dropping one to FC Cincinnati last week on the road. And then there's the Rowdies, that 5-0 defeat sitting in their gut as they come into tonight. You can see the game faces in that huddle. Tampa Bay is coming to play. Look at the series history. Doesn't just go back to April. Last year, New York Red Bulls 2 ended the Rowdies season. And as the Rowdies getting to the next round in the playoffs, Red Bulls 2, they've had their way with the Rowdies since the rebirth of this Tampa Bay franchise. You heard Coach Wallenick in the pregame say, hey, it's just a good matchup for us. Let's see if that holds true tonight. It's Coach Collins pushing the right buttons as of late. You gotta like the way the new guys are stepping up.
Yeah, and I think he's, you definitely see a different Rowdies team, especially as of late. The last game, if you were able to come to Alain, you saw a different team. We talked about them being so dynamic. We talked about them going forward, taking their chances. We're able to put their chances early in this game, and it almost seems like it's a new culture now, all led by Neil Collins and what he wants to put on the field.
Team comparison, look at the goals. 44 for Red Bulls 2. Top scoring team, also total shots as well, leading the league in that category. Rowdies are going to face an onslaught of shots tonight. See how Mizell and that back line are able to hold up. We're just about to get underway from downtown St. Pete. Sit back, enjoy. This one should be fun to watch, and we're underway from LA. Our officials here tonight. Elvis Osmanovich leading the crew. Matthew Osterhaus, Kyle Longville, Jessica Gunn, as well as Mizell will put it in motion. Diakite handling for the Rowdies.
The defensive unit for the Rowdies is going to be under pressure. The flat back four, and of course Cody Mizell, who had a great game last outing here at home. Of course, for them, it's about taking your time. You're playing at home. You know you're going to play it against a great side, so there's no point of rushing it. Keep the ball till it's on.
Dominic Caduro, maybe the most underrated player in the Rowdies lineup as it goes back to Mizell. I want to tell you, Select, the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, go to selectsportamerica.com. Free shipping on orders over $50. Loro now sending it out. 3 different players on the Rowdies roster are former New York Red Bulls 2. As Red Bulls trying to get possession, and they will do just that. Here's Stroud in the 18, takes a shot and buries it far post at the start.
Well, we talked about the Red Bulls being the #1 team in the USL from the scoring column, and there you go, they prove it again. Just a little window of opportunity right there, and they put the first one in. Great job cutting the ball against the grain. 2 defenders go that way, and the shot to the far post, nothing Cody could do. And just like that, Drew, the Red Bulls go up 1-0.
Goal comes in the 2nd minute for New York. And a Rowdy is shaken up just outside the 18. As Jared Stroud getting the visitors on the board. Not the start that the Rowdies were looking for here tonight. And now all of the attention on the pitch. Not sure who it's down right now.
I think it might be Tam. No, it's Porter, the right fullback.
So Cal Porter getting up gingerly and heading to the sideline. Hopefully for the Rowdies, he is okay and can continue.
Yeah, this is a situation where not exactly the way the Rowdies wanted to start this game. Pretty much this is deja vu for them so far. So they need to wake up. It's just, you're playing at home, you need to go forward. It's a great opportunity, great goal by Jared Stroud, who took a chance outside the box. And of course, they lead the league as well in shots taken.
Now the Rowdies try and cross one, little space to work with. The shot taken, and it's blasted high by Fernandez, who was surprisingly all alone.
Yeah, he found the ball on top of the key, top of the 18. Actually, great job by Stefano Bonomo, who let the ball go. Fernandez trapped the ball all by himself, and look at that, just leaned back a little bit. Actually, the goalkeeper might have gotten a hand on that.
Fernandez did not play last week in that game against Andy 11. In the starting lineup tonight. In the place of Ristov. As you saw in the opening minutes, though, this New York team, they are not afraid to shoot it. They don't really care about being in the right spot. They're lethal as soon as they step on the pitch.
Well, you know, as we say in the business, if you don't shoot, you don't score. Well, they're notorious for taking shots, and they lead the league in that. They also lead the league in goals. As you can tell, they're not shy about pulling the trigger. If not, just ask Stroud with a great strike.
Jared Stroud, his 4th goal of the season, also has 6 assists to his credit. He's lighting it up right now for Red Bulls too. Kandawiri sends it down the pitch. Nice header by Bonomo. Junior Flemings trying to run free, and this ball is going to be deflected and saved on that far side.
And just great job by the Rowdies trying to come back right away. You saw Stefano Bonomo with that nice flick into Junior Flemings, using that speed. That's exactly what they got to do to come back in this game right away. Go forward, keep the ball, keep it till it's on, and just continue to go forward.
Red Bulls 2 now trying to get some pace. Ball given back to Tampa Bay. Kandawiri sends it back to Mizell. Counting Crows and Live are coming to Al Lang Tuesday, July 31st. Tickets start at only $29.50. You can get yours by calling 727-888-6000 or by visiting Ticketmaster.com.
Hassan Ndam with a foul over Lakweki. It's actually over Fernandez.
Nice turn here. This is Fernandez. Leo with the left foot.
And you saw Leo miss hit that cross because he looked up. He was trying to find a target in the box. By the time he looked up and he got the ball, he was trying to cross the ball to Junior Flemings.
Poku being physical. Ball sent back again to Mizell.
If you remember, Drew, last game they were successful because they were able to find Joe Cole's feed and Poku as well. Right now, neither of them have touched the ball, and we're 6 minutes into the game. So if you're a defender in the back for the Rowdies, you got to find the center mids. You got to find Poku. You got to find Joe Cole. So danger is going forward, and of course, in turn, they're going to turn around and find the forward's feet as well.
Yeah, you cannot blink against this New York team. They will certainly make you pay. Bonomo up to Flemings. Junior Flemings taken down inside the 18, and we're going to have a penalty.
Absolutely. You can tell there's definitely contact. Great job by the speedster, Junior Flemings. You can tell not the best touch going into the box, though, but right when he was going to cross it, watch his left foot right here. Right about when he's going to cross it, he touches it again, and that's what brings the contact from the defender right there, Hassan Ndam. The referee close enough. The Rowdies with a great chance right here for the equalizer.
8th minute. Tampa Bay with the penalty kick, and it's going to be Bonomo against Evan Laurel, starting keeper for Red Bulls 2. Stefano Bonomo evens things up at 1.
Great job by Stefano Bonomo on the penalty kick. And Drew, as a forward, it's always great as a player to go back and score against your all team. You have something to prove. Great job by Bonomo, just putting the chance away. Look at that, cool, calm, and collect. Inside of his foot, just passing the ball. Great job, though, by the goalkeeper. Evan Laurel almost gets to the ball, though, but a great job by Bonomo, just hitting the ball with the right amount of pace into the right-hand corner of the shooter. The Rowdies tied up 1-1.
Second goal is a Rowdy for Stefano Bonomo. You think he wanted that shot as soon as Flemings picked up the foul? Well, the USL's official Twitter feed. I'll tell you about that in a second. It's Flemings with another run. Ball is in the box! Shot and scored! Back-to-back goals for Bonomo, and the Rowdies lead.
We talk about confidence between two players, Drew. There's that 1-2 punch combination that we talked about. Once again, Junior Flemings, great run down the side, crosses the ball, and how about that? Stefano Bonomo puts it away right in between the goalkeeper's legs. Not the best shot, but nonetheless, Drew, that's what confidence does. That's why he wanted to take the penalty kick. Now that's 2 for the Rowdies, 1 for the New York Red Bulls. Stefano Bonomo all over the pitch.
Thought it was a great start for Red Bulls 2. The Rowdies have answered. 3 goals. And we're not even out of the first 10 minutes of play. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, Heather Donnelly down on the field. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on this TV, Tampa Bay. Told you this one was going to be a fun time. And it is living up to that and a lot more so far.
And you see, Drew, the importance of Junior Flemings on that right flank. He had 2 assists in the goal last game. Right here, he's just been all over the place. And the Red Bulls do not have an answer for him.
This one sent in, Mizell on top of it for the Rowdies.
Swat to the back. This is when you want your goalkeeper, Cody Mizell, to stay cool in the back. Freeze the play, slow it down a little bit, switch your point of attack, come out of the back with the ball under control. Now once you go forward, you can, in the attacking third, making you gamble a little bit. In the back, you got to stay safe.
Ralph's mob pumped up right now, making a lot of noise on the home side. This home crowd shocked at what they've seen so far. Pulled by the visitors out of the gates, but Rowdies up to the challenge here earlier on.
Well, I can tell you, Drew, that Red Bulls 2 did not expect the Rowdies to come back the way they did. Once it went up 1-0, they thought, oh, here we go. It's going to be another blowout. The Rowdies just went to work early. That's the way to come back into a game like this.
Poku sends it back, and now Poku is taking control up front for the Rowdies, just making his presence felt. Eddie, he was physical last week, really intimidated Indy on the pitch, and early on he's trying to sort of set that same example.
Yeah, that's what you want out of Poku, and of course you want the same thing out of Joe Cole. You want to establish his presence, his experience on the pitch, give him the ball, start switching the point of attack, really spread out Red Bulls 2, and you're gonna see that there's a totally different game when you possess the ball. Now you have it under control. Now you can start playing the through balls to your forwards.
Let's check in with Heather down on the pitch. Hey, Heather.
Hey, Drew. Rowdies fans may remember the last time these 2 teams faced off here at Al Lang Stadium. It was in last year's USL Cup playoffs, a 2-1 win by New York, knocking the Rowdies out. And goalkeeper Evan Laurel was the man of the match in that game. He had 6 saves, including a couple late in extra time, to save that win for New York. Not as lucky tonight here at Al Lang Stadium with those back-to-back goals by Stefano Bonomo, guys.
Heather, this is one of those rivalries where you just feel tonight the Rowdies are due. They're showing that right now as Fernandez, as this one sent out. Well, catch MOR's new Summer of Fun lineup featuring Tampa Bay's favorite comedies. First, the Goldbergs and Modern Family flip-flop. Modern Family moves to 5 and 5:30. The Goldbergs to 6 and 6:30. Then Tim and Charlie switch things up with Last Man Standing, moving to 8 and 8:30. Anger Management goes to 9 and 9:30. It's all part of MOR's Summer of Fun. Got the Rowdies corner kick now coming up, brought to you by Ashley Home Store. Tampa Bay with the in-swinger and Poku.
And this is the stuff that we're talking about in the pregame show, Drew, that now you have 4 players in the box over 6 feet tall, 6'2". When you want to take advantage of that if you're the Rowdies.
Header, and this one's going to be sent out. Notice also the wind is picked up considerably right now inside the stadium. Some clouds have moved overhead as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. It is really whipping right now down on the pitch.
Yeah, and it's very simple to get under the ball, as you saw Poku do in that corner kick. He was looking to go far post for Kamika Makandawera. He was supposed to flick the ball back into the middle.
Opportunity now for Red Bulls, and some numbers as they attack. This is Stroud again, that magical left foot, and it's deflected. Rowdies marking him tightly that time.
Yeah, you saw the difference in the marking by the semi-flat back forward by the Rowdies coming back, and you could hear Michael just directing players in the back.
Well, the USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. That's the announcement I was going to make before Flemings erupted, and the Rowdies got that second goal on the night. So much action here in the first 15 minutes, it's hard to keep up.
And you know that once Flemings get going, Drew, that speed, it's electrifying. So he took off and he was gone once again.
Tie up, and whistle. It's going to belong to Red Bulls too.
Yeah, Diakite having a chat with the linesman. Doesn't believe it's a foul. It's actually, he's talking about there was contact to his face.
Good opportunity here, set piece for New York. Vincent Bezecourt, 24-year-old, part of the academy. Candawari and company, making sure they're on top of it. Andrew Tenari also back to put it in motion as well.
Yeah, be careful with the set pieces. The Red Bulls are notorious for tricky plays. Andrew Tenari with a right foot in swinger.
Ball is set on. The right foot goes over everybody and rolls off the far side. Player taken down that time, and I think official's going to step in. That was Hassan Endam. He and Diakite having a few words, and it turned into a little physical exchange there.
Yeah, he's going to separate the two, but the referee, as you mentioned, close enough to see the action, and referee's going to get him up, and he might give him both a yellow, if not have a chat with him and say, you know what, this is the last one. He's going to consult with this linesman, as Diakite's talking about an elbow in the box.
Eddie, those are two big physical players right now, right next to each other. Let's see if we can get one more look on the right side of your screen.
And there you see right in the right side, you see that full extension of the arm. And you know what? It really comes down to that the linesman, did he see it or not? Because if he did, that's for sure a yellow card. And of course, that's at the discretion. You see the linesman talking to the referee.
Yellow card. So let's see if it goes both ways. Look like.
No, that tells you that the linesman saw the whole thing, and he saw the Endam push Diakite. That's why he gets the yellow. And that was Diakite's argument all along. That's the importance, Drew, and you and I talk about it all the time. Being off camera or just being around when you don't think refs are watching, what the linesman is always watching on the weak side, and that was the case in this game.
Rowdies sent it now to the opposite side. The ball will sail into the seats.
Interesting enough, Drew, you talk about two of the biggest players from both teams. Now Hassan has to be careful. Now he's sitting on the yellow. Look at the clock, only 17 minutes left. So, I mean, we've only played 17 minutes rather. So for him, it's a long game. He's got to watch out for tackles going close up, because the next bad tackle, he can be sitting on a double yellow. And of course, that's a red card right there, leaving your team with only 10 players.
Kyle Porter tosses it in for Tampa Bay. Porter out of Toronto, Canada. Outstanding last week against Indy. Getting his second start here at home. Ball sails up in the air. The wind will get a hold of it. A couple headers. Tampa Bay can now work with Bonomo. Couldn't collect though. And Red Bulls trying to get another quick opportunity here. Mizell picks it up on the Rowdies side.
And you see now Cody, Mizell, and the entire flat back four, they settle now. They're really taking their chances to come out of the back, but they're doing it with the ball under control, and that's exactly what you want. Cody Mizell, he brings that to the table for this Rowdies defense. He's going to keep you in the game. He's going to tell you where to go as well.
Here's Adoro. Domaduro. He's struggling right now to really keep the ball. New York with some pretty good pace.
Yeah, they're not being consistent with keeping the ball. They're keeping it out of the back, but in transition, they're losing the ball.
And New York Red Bulls, too, have had their struggles on the road this year. Hard to believe this team, 5th in the Eastern Conference, has not won a game on the road. That is amazing, given their standing in the league and their 31 points.
It truly is true, especially when you look at the roster and see how many great players this Red Bull side has.
Deflected out by Diakite, and this will be a corner kick coming for Red Bulls 2. That berm is active tonight. Kids, fans getting up close to the action.
Left foot in swinger here by the Red Bulls.
Wind picks up. Here it comes. Ball's headed. Mizell watches it go just to the right of the goal.
Hassan once again gets up, makes contact with the ball on the header.
Well, Rowdies fans see Joe Cole, Georgie Ristoff, and your Tampa Bay Rowdies defend the home turf Saturday, August 11th against North Carolina FC. That's live on This TV Tampa Bay. Pregame at 7, game time at 7:30. As This TV continues to be your broadcast home for Rowdies soccer. Ball gets loose. Aduro will send it up. Again, Rowdies trying to get a good clean possession. Instead, they break out. Here comes Poku. Open is Flemings. Poku goes right with it. Bonomo the touch. Flemings the shot. The rebound. Comes back out. Oh.
Great job by the Rowdies in that counterattack. Poku took a little bit too long. He finally played Flemings. What a save by the goalkeeper, though. That ball was literally inches from going in.
Furious action here in the 21st minute.
But you see great runs. Drew off and on the ball. Bonomo making a great run. Only Leo Fernandez with that shot, which I thought went behind the goalkeeper. Evan Laura with a great save.
A beautiful counter. Poku making it happen. Rowdies just could not put it in the back of the net that time.
Well, and we talked about how much this Rowdies team has changed. A lot more dynamic. That's exactly how, or what dynamic looked like. Poku on a breakaway. Flemings, watch the save right here. Just when you think it's actually Junior Flemings going cross post, and that's definitely a hockey save right now, right there. Laurel with a great save. That would have been the third goal for the Rowdies.
Another set piece coming up for Red Bulls 2. The wind is very, very strong right now. Once again here at Al Lang. As this set piece is going to assist the ball here as it works in favor of the visitors, working left to right. Also, it's making it very difficult on our crew at the moment, Eddie. And hats off to them again. A great job they're doing here dealing with the conditions.
Yeah, it's not easy. And you saw, once again, Hassan Hamdam in the box, made contact on that header.
Well, watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer. Highlights from each game of the 2018 season. It has been quite a ride for the Rowdies. Started the season hot, then cooled off. Safe to say even went into a bit of a slump, but they have pulled themselves out of it. And now a 2-1 lead over the 5th place team in the Eastern Conference. Crowd is into it tonight at LA.
And slowly, Drew, but surely they're getting their chemistry, they're getting their touches on the ball. They got to do a better job just coming out quicker while keeping the ball. They're trying to come quick, but they're losing the ball in transition, so you might have to slow it down a little bit, but you got to keep control of the ball. You got to get a hold of the game. Right now you have to score, but you also have the time.
New York works in the middle of the pitch. Diakite there again. He has been a force early in this match. Junior Flemings shot out of a cannon. Flemings sends it and tried to get Bonomo a little bit too far ahead for him.
And once again, you see how dynamic Junior Flemings is. Just when you think the ball's going to go out of bounds, makes a 40-yard sprint, gets to the ball. He was trying to look for that man right there, Stefano Bonomo. We talk about two players who once again came out of the New York Red Bulls, Bonomo, Junior Flemings, so they know each other well. They've played in this system before. Both players can score a lot of goals.
Hey, the ball kid's behind you. Get the ball.
Loro out for New York. Evan Loro, as Heather said, a thorn in the side of the Rowdies the last few years. Tampa Bay's put a 2 spot on him here in the first half. Tell you what, they better pay more attention to Junior Flemings, or else Fleming's going to have another night like he had last week.
One thing you don't want to do is play Junior Flemings man-to-man, and that's exactly what New York is doing. They're playing one-on-one with him in the back, and I tell you what, I'll take my chances any day, twice on Sunday. So all you got to do is play the ball through on the ground or in the air, and he's in.
Rowdies organized defensively. There's that quick turn again. You can just tell the confidence Junior Flemings is playing with right now.
Well, he just has a different gear, Drew. And you see Hassan Nadam trying to cover him. That's not the match you won. Well, it is if you're the Rowdies, but just give him the ball, play 1-2s, and he'll be in behind the defense.
Set left side now, Red Bulls 2. Inside the 18, little flick back, shot taken, and this one's hot.
Great job. You see Jared Stroud with the captain. Great little chicky flick, that back heel. And a cross by the Rowdies, not by the Red Bulls rather. Good job by the Rowdies just marking and staying with their forwards. That's one of the things they've done well the last 20 minutes. They're staying with the runner.
And it is Junior Flemings right now who is lying on his back right at the midfield stripe. Not sure whether he took a shot to the chest, went down hard, or it's just possibly a cramp. We'll see. Still early in this match. Andrew Tenari comes over to check. And keep in mind, Junior Flemings, another player that did suit up one time for New York Red Bulls too. They're very familiar with his talent, but you just wonder, Eddie, how sometimes players like Flemings and Bonomo, how they wind up on other teams. That's how good this New York academy is. You have good players that eventually get away from their side.
Yeah, and if you look at the players who have left that club and now they're playing for different clubs, of course now they're playing for the Rowdies, but you know, it's one of those things where they might be great players individually, and a lot of the times they don't fit the system that the Red Bulls are trying to play. You know, it's like a puzzle. You got to have the perfect piece that fits. Sometimes you're looking for a left-footed player, a right winger, and you see the speed of Junior Flemings. Now, let's not forget, he's coming into his own this year, but even last year, he was all about speed. He wasn't great technically, so he's definitely mature as a player. Now he's got the ability to score goals, and he's maturing at the right pace for the Rowdies because now he's able to put the ball in the back of the net and be a threat all the time.
Only 22 years old, that's a good sign. Junior Flemings will walk off to the Rowdies side. You look at Neil Collins also doing his best coaching. Coach Collins says that when you've been beaten 5-0, you shouldn't be in the game if you don't want to right that wrong. Should take it personal. We're doing that heading into this match. Also talked about the variety that the Rowdies are playing with right now. They score in so many different ways, and we've seen that here in the first half.
Listen, and that's one of the things I love about Neil Collins. He still has that, you know, he loves to compete. I know he's a coach now, but he's got the fire within, whether you're a player, whether you're a coach, and he hasn't forgotten that, you know, that embarrassing 5-0 result against the Red Bulls.
Bezecourt hits the turf, and Aduro getting a little talking to by our lead official.
You can tell Poku's right, saying, you know, he's one of the smaller players, right? You are talking about Aduro here.
Dominic Aduro stabilized that Rowdies midfield.
I'll tell you, one player we haven't called much was Joe Cole, but he's been running defensively from side to side. Great job defensively.
Yeah, Cole right now sort of the quiet player for Tampa Bay.
And it's one of those things, Drew, that as a center mid, you got to run all the time, whether you have the ball or not. You can't just stop. And a lot of the times when Joe Cole goes cold, he's still running. He's still putting in the tackles. He's still, you know, he's still defending first and then trying to go forward. The great thing about him is he only needs one chance, and he'll put one in the back of the net.
Bezecourt sends this one high. In position was Pullitz. Pullitz couldn't do anything with it. New York trying to draw contact inside the box, not going to happen.
Well, I tell you, Drew, you're not going to win too many air balls with against the big man in the back. Every bit of 6'4", Pape Diakite is just a force to be reckoned with.
Started out this match with beautiful weather, but as it has the last few weeks, 1 minute it's sunny, it's very peaceful and calm here in the Tampa Bay area, and then the next moment the skies open up, the wind picks up. That's how the weather is in late July.
Typical Florida weather. To say hi to our friends from New York.
Joe Cole to Aduro. Rowdies have not possessed a lot here tonight. New York controlling that possession. Tampa Bay has had better overall chances, though. Well, catch sizzling hot summer movies 24 hours a day on This TV Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's first premier broadcast movie channel, featuring films from the world-famous MGM library, playing for you all day, all night. This TV Tampa Bay, the official broadcast home of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Ball sent up in the air. Mizell can pull it down, and Barlow looked like he tried to rough him up that time. Official right on top of it.
Yeah, there's definitely contact there, and you see Diakite gets close to the Red Bull forward and sends him a little message. Cody Mizell, of course, a very experienced goalkeeper. He's always going to come out and protect himself.
Poku with Aduro. Rowdies play from the center circle. Now Lakawecki, unsung hero for the Rowdies, to Junior Flemings. Flemings battling, and that's a good one with Lucas Stouffer, number 68. Barlow will handle for Red Bulls 2. If you're just joining us, you missed a flurry in the first 15 minutes. New York got on the board in the second minute on a blast from Jared Stroud just inside the 18, but the Rowdies countered with 2 Stefano Bonomo goals. One off a penalty kick and the second off a beautiful pass.
Yeah, and both courtesy of Junior Flemings. He got taken down for the penalty kick, and subsequently he went down the line for that cross. And after that, he's been quiet, Drew. They gotta find him.
Flemings drawing lots of attention right now. And this will be a throw-in in the corner for Tampa Bay.
This is when the Rowdy side, Drew, has to be mature enough to get the ball out, bring it all the way back to the flat back 4, play with the ball out of the back, switch your point of attack, use your fullbacks way out, and start knocking the ball around. You got to open up this Red Bull 2 team. You want to draw them out, and then you can start playing that penetrating run to Poku or even Joe Cole in the middle.
Here's Aduro coming up. Shot out of nowhere as the ball stays in the air. Let's check in real quickly with Heather. Hey, Heather.
Drew, there are some very extra special Rowdies fans in the crowd tonight. Neil Collins' parents are here all the way from Scotland. They made the trip, and this is their first time at Al Lang since he was named head coach, guys.
Just imagine that. Coming all the way from overseas, and your son now leading this historic franchise, the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Neil Collins, so young, so gifted, only 34 years old. The Scotsman with just great leadership ability. Tampa Bay owner Bill Edwards saw that, handed his franchise to him, and right now he's got it going in the right direction.
And I think, you know, he's definitely, you can actually tell his imprint in this team already. You can see how they're playing different. You can see how they're more dynamic going forward. And I keep using that word because you and I watched him yesterday at practice, and it was just great to see the speed of the game, to see how quick they move, and they're moving as a unit as well. They're starting to play together. They're starting to develop that chemistry, even the new players thus far.
Stauffer sent it to the far side, and now the Rowdies with another chance at a counter, but Cole could not collect it. And Red Bulls 2 will continue this run. Stauffer, Tenari, will work from the right. Stauffer trying to send it in. And here's Fernandez clearing.
And you mentioned the parents of Neil Collins in the house. They got to be very proud because the last time they saw him, he was still playing on the pitch. Assam has got to be careful with that because his tattoo actually goes to Bonomo.
Yeah, that's the second yellow for Stefano Bonomo. Picked up one last week against Indy. Tried to use a little bit too much of his body that time. So first form of discipline handed out for Tampa Bay here tonight.
That's what happens to a big guy. You got to be careful. You saw it happen to Assam and Dom in the first half for the Red Bulls. And now Stefano gets a yellow, and that's when you got to be careful.
Header, attempt, and there's Mizell to tap it away.
Great job by Cody Mizell from the angle we had here. It looked like the ball had a chance to go in. You don't want to get in trouble and you just tip the ball over, which is exactly what you want to do. Just tip it over, ask questions later, even if you give up a corner kick.
Wynn playing tricks with the ball right now. Here comes the in swing on the way. Oh, how about Poku, who got in the air and got his head on it that time.
And that's what we talked about. 4 or 5 different players from the Rowdies at 6'4", 6'5". And look at Poku. Talk about dominance in the air. Poku was there. Tam Makandaweri right behind him.
Rowdies refused to concede on a set piece. And Diakite again having words with Tom Barlow.
Well, you should never give up a goal in the air when you have those kind of center backs. You know, Diakite, then you have Tam, which is another great defender. And it just so happened that your skipper, the coach Neil Collins, happens to be great in the air as well. Trust me when I tell you, he's not going to let you give up a lot of those goals in the air when he was a great player, you know, as a center back in the air. Didn't give up much.
Tom Barlow now. Looks like he's going to be helped off here. Barlow with 2 goals on the year for New York, and a key piece And he'll stand on the sideline for just a moment. So 10 on the field right now for New York.
10 until another chance for the Red Bulls. Corner kick, in swinger.
Barlow back on for the visitors.
It's a great sign. You see Stefano Bonomo in your defensive 18.
This ball nice and high. Eisel waiting for it. And Bonomo making his size make a difference there. You can just sense on set pieces too. Rowdies have practiced this over and over again during training throughout the week. Right now it is certainly paying off for them.
And Drew, it's not only the set pieces, but you and I have seen a practice that the speed of the game, when there's a foul, Neil Collins insists, let's do it quick.
Red Bulls too, trying to blast off a shot. And this one right in to a Rowdy. I believe it was Lakawecki that time who took it right in a tough spot to take the ball.
Yeah, so it's definitely one of the things that Neil Collins and the Rowdies have been practicing on, just the ability to take free kicks on the fly. Hurry out, take it, make sure you defend well, make sure you come back. And when you look at the likes of Stefano Bonomo playing defense in your 18, winning balls defensively, that tells you about the commitment of the Rowdies.
Header! This one's sent on and it's just to the left. As I was waiting for it.
That's White, Brian White, but right behind him was Max Lakawecki, who actually got a touch on that ball with his head, and that's why they get another corner kick here.
You can see why New York, the top scoring team in the USL, continuing to mount chances here in the first half. Kyle Porter inside the 6. Also Poku is there. This one a little bit delayed and nothing doing. Tampa Bay's defense holding once again. Rowdies very organized defensively after that goal that they conceded.
Yeah, they did a much better job of just staying home and keeping the lines together. You saw the Red Bulls trying to pull that set piece, that little flick over the defender, and now Cody, myself, and the entire defense are waiting for that. Right around the 40th minute, they know they got to go into the locker room, Drew, with this 2-1 lead if possible.
How about the crowd tonight? Really letting things happen. So first change made, Christian Caceres Jr. He'll check in for New York Red Bulls. Vincent Bezecourt will head out. So a change made in the 40th minute.
Yeah, that had to be due to an injury because it's rare or weird. You see Bezecourt, the captain, going out. Vincent Bezecourt, one of the better players for the Red Bulls.
Here's Brian White. White's been quiet so far for New York. Cole plays it to the corner. Tried to clear it. Unsuccessful. And Diakite will take control from there. And how about a little body check over the advertisement on the Rowdy side? Okay.
Well, that's when I say the difference in size. And you see that Diakite wanted to put the exclamation point in that tackle and say, you know what? I'll be here for 90+ minutes, just in case you're wondering.
Rowdies do have a size edge outside of Endam, number 47 for New York.
Yeah, and you saw Endam standing right next to Diakite. That's head-to-head right there. That between those two players, the size is just, it's impressive.
Exciting first half it has been. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, and Heather Donnelly. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on this TV, Tampa Bay, as we head into the 42nd minute now. Halftime slowly approaching. Keep you updated on extra time as soon as we get that information. Remember, this New York team eliminated the Rowdies from the postseason last year. Also dominated them back in April. Rowdies have taken their lumps against this team from the north. Trying to exert their will here tonight at home, and it's worked so far. And how about Bonomo? As another player goes down.
Yeah, you see Bonomo, they were going shoulder to shoulder there. You talk about ex-teammates, friends. Well, when you're inside the pitch, Drew, there's no friendships until you're done. And of course, that was Christian Casares Jr. who just came onto the pitch for the Red Bulls. Good chance here for the Rowdies, though. Poku on the ball. Let's not forget, though, there's plenty of soccer in the second half, so this game is not over by any means.
Red Bulls too organized defensively. Poku sends it in. Nice header by Bonomo over to Diakite. Tries to square it up and hits it way wide.
Diakite trying to make contact with the outside of his right foot. Nowhere near the goal, but great job just going forward as a defender. Just stepping into the 18, stepping into the box. Well, Drew, pretty much the Rowdies playing a pretty good half. They're up 2-1, and now they're controlling the tempo of the game. They managed to play good defense in the back, and anything that the Red Bull has going forward hasn't been much for them, especially when you have mighty dangerous ball right there.
Several dangerous balls in this first half. Up in the air that time, Diakite. Diakite taking chances, throwing his back around. Really?
I'm surprised to play that ball all the way to the keeper like that, Drew. That was so dangerous. Remember, the keepers are not used to dealing with balls like that. Driven balls into your goal. When you can't use your hands anymore, because that would have been a free kick for the Rowdies.
Stouffer now will throw it in on the near side. Another good crowd tonight here at Al Lang Stadium on a windy night. Ball sent out again. We approach halftime. Halftime festivities coming up as usual. Take you around the USL. Red Bulls too trying to establish some rhythm here before heading to the locker room. Tough to do whenever the wind is blowing as hard as it is. New York, though, has done a pretty good job possessing, though. Tampa Bay has been chasing for most of the match, even though they do have a 2-1 lead. Another collision there, and this one is going to be a foul, and discipline could follow.
That's actually should be a card to Christian Casares, who just came in. You see he went cleats up.
So it should be a card for New York, you're saying?
Absolutely.
Really?
See that when he went cleats up, and you can tell as soon as it happened, Diakite right away ran to the ref asking for the card. That's Dominic Oduro on the ground.
Look at the size down in Diakite.
And watch this. Casares right here loses the ball and then goes cleats up. Actually, they're both, but watch the elbow right there. Actually,
it was Oduro that time, right in the middle of it. And Casares looked like they hit knees that time.
Yeah, and you see Poku right there, Drew, just putting pressure, making sure that he gives the card to the right player. And I think Christian Casares has been on the ground. See, that's the signal of going cleats up. That's what the referee signaling to the linesman. Therefore, if that's the case, that should be a yellow card. And I think that's why Christian is taking a little bit too long to get up. He knows the yellow card's coming.
Yellow card going to be given to Oduro here. So not Casares. So the referee disagrees with you there, Eddie, and it'll be a set piece now for the Venezuelan Casares and this Red Bulls 2 team.
Yeah, that's a dangerous spot right there. So it's far enough for you to make the ball dip over the wall.
Six minutes of extra time here in the first half. Rowdies trying to keep the Red Bull side limited to just 1 goal after the first 45 and change. See the Rowdies wall with Bonomo, Iakite.
There's a play out wide all the way by himself. Lucas Stafford on the right. Nobody's picked him up. They're trying to go direct. Couple of different looks.
This ball sent on, and it sails into the stands to the relief of the fans here at Al Lang.
You see 6 minutes of stoppage time.
Rowdies 5-2-3 here at home this season. Cody Mizell back in the starting lineup. 32 saves coming into this game. 16 goals conceded on the season. Waited his chance, was the ultimate professional when Akira Fitzgerald had his time in the spotlight. The Rowdies, you can just sense though, Cody so excited to be back where he belongs, between the pipes.
Yeah, excited, and he was able to back it up with actions. Last game had a great outing, and he actually saved the Rowdies in the last few minutes of the game. They were up 3-1 already, but just a point-blank save.
Poku making things happen. Flemings tries to get a piece. New York really pressing here. 10.5. Trying to send one in. There's Mizell to punch it out. The goal's open at the moment, but the Red Bulls too can't capitalize.
And you saw how quick Cody Mizell came out.
Here's a shot. Oh, deflected nicely by Lakawecki. Bonomo trying to clear it. Rowdies just can't get it out of there, and finally, it's Diakite giving it a ride.
We'll talk about defending as a unit, Drew, as a team. That's something the Rowdies have done throughout this first 45 minutes. And you saw Mizell, even in traffic, 2 defenders by the Rowdies, from the Rowdies, and still came out, dove forward, won the ball, punched it out.
'50th minute. Both teams looking a little bit gassed right now as halftime approaches. Here's Stouffer now trying to cross one in. Porter is there, gets away from him. There's inside the 6. Shot taken off the crossbar, headed out. Another shot sails high. Oh, wow. What a sequence.
The Rowdies defending with the entire bus. Everyone by the Rowdies behind, and watch this shot right here. That's a great job bringing the ball down off the woodworks, off the crossbar. Fernandez clears the ball, and that's a shot. Jared Stroud puts the ball over. Wow, you can tell the Rowdies are really defending well, and you can tell New York wants a goal so bad. They're trying to put that second goal and potentially go to the half with a tied game.
Poku tries to turn, can't get his footing though, and another run potentially for New York. New York simply will not go away and settle down. It's the one thing about this team, they just don't let up.
Relentless, absolutely right, and that's the reason why they're the #1 team in the USL as far as scoring goals and shots taking. Relentless, they never stop.
Candawari, it's a left foot on it. Should be about the final minute here. Brian White tries to get Red Bulls 2 in position. Final seconds of what has been a wild first half of action.
Cody Mizell freezing the action right now, trying to buy as much time as he can without getting a yellow.
In this great game, there are no timeouts.
Yeah.
This ain't basketball. Rowdies with Flemings. Candawari trying to send it up. Lots of chatter right now on the pitch. Rowdies trying to get to the locker room with a 2-1 lead. Red Bulls 2 attacking once more. More pressure, right side, shot taken. Mizell denies again.
Great job by Cody. He had the ball all along.
Another shot right into the gut of Cody Mizell.
And you saw the sequence, Drew, as the ball is traveling. Cody's moving with the player. By the time he took a shot, he was right place, right time. That's why he's one of the best in this league right here.
This is why Cody Mizell came back to the Tampa Bay Rowdies, to make plays like this. At the moment, New York, though, dominating the pace, and this is something that cannot continue into the second half. Rowdies are going to have to figure out something to counter this onslaught.
Yeah, no,
goes down.
No, you're right, Drew, but this is something that they're doing as a system. They're pushing the lines, the Red Bulls right now, trying to get that equalizer before they have, but you know, the Rowdies are doing well. Just keep the pressure. Mizell is playing out of his mind once again, so you just got to get to the intermission, to the half, 2-1 with the score in your favor. The second half is going to be a totally different game. Well, that is definitely more than a +6.
Just about to say, 6 minutes and a little bit of extra on top of that.
Came and left, and of course, as you guys know, once you're around that time, it's really up to the ref.
Keep in mind, Caceres did go down for a while right at the end of the first half. Got to be careful if you're the Rowdies here. Don't want to pick up a silly one. And Flemings could get a yellow here.
You see once again this Christian Caceres on the ground, and you know, something he does as a system.
Shut the fuck up!
And a red card given to Junior Flemings.
Wow.
Junior Flemings handed a red card here at the end of the first half in the final seconds. And this is going to be devastating.
It is, because I don't think he had a yellow. And for a straight red, what's it called? I mean, I saw shoulder-to-shoulder contact, but in order for, here's the replay. Well, there's definitely contact, shoulder-to-shoulder. There's contact there, but a red card? I don't think so. Now, if he would have extended his elbow and made contact with his elbow, which is, that's probably what the linesman told the referee. You see Stuart Dobson, of course, not happy with that decision, and I would love to have the angle on that other side to see if he made contact with the elbow, but from this side, and of course, once again, if you see Christian Caceres, every time he went in, I mean, you can see this is the 4th time he's been on the ground diving. So it's systematically for them, something he does. And you can tell by his reaction, you can tell by his expression. He did it over here with Fernandez inside the 18.
So chaos here at the end of the first half for the Rowdies. Just when they were trying to hold on. Not the worst possible scenario, but close to it. Junior Flemings picking up a red card, and his night is done. The Rowdies' hottest player coming into tonight is no longer going to be able to make plays.
Well, and it's not only the fact that he's out of this game, but the fact that you leave your team with 10 players, that's where the problem.
Here's one more issue. Neil Collins has also been ejected. His night is done as well. So the Rowdies with some really, really trying circumstances as we look towards the second half. And Joe Cole right now taking over as the captain, trying to get some answers. But right now, the Rowdies are going to have to get a grip. You see Lee Cohen even down on the field with Diakite. At some point, you've got to get control of things. Let's send it down to Heather Donnelly.
Thank you, Drew. Coach, it was an action-packed first half, a lot of chaos there at the end of the first half. What are your thoughts on how your team performed?
It's a lot. It's difficult to unpack that. You know, obviously we come out well. We fall asleep for a couple of minutes, let them back in, and then take the lead. And then after that, I thought we played pretty well and grew into the game. And you know, we dealt with a lot and kept going. So I suspect we'll play well in the second half, and it'll be interesting to see if we can break them down, and then we'll see if we can go from there.
Yeah, you're trailing here 2-1, but you're going to be up a man in the second half. What adjustments, if any, do you need to make?
I think we just have to be a little bit more brave, whether it's playing forward or taking people on when we need to, taking shots, and just being a little bit more confident in the way we put our attacking plays together. We're going to get some opportunities to put the ball in the box, so we need to be a little bit more aware. We've got a few balls bouncing around there. Hopefully we can get on the end of them in the second half if we're alert and ready. So.
All right, thanks, Coach. Guys.
So trailing 2-1, but no panic on the New York side. Rowdies headed to the locker room with the lead. More halftime festivities coming up after this.
Across Florida, we're listening to customers like you, and we're working hard to build the brighter energy future you and your family deserve. That's why we're making smart investments in the grid to improve reliability and prevent outages, to use more clean, renewable energy like solar, and to give you better control over your energy use today and in the years ahead. We're Duke Energy, and we're building a smarter energy future for you.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to 35 miles of white sand bliss. But it's more than emerald surf and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of life, nature, art, music, or whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast in St. Pete Clearwater. Love the beach.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams, and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Halftime here in Tampa Bay, 2-1 your score. Rowdies over Red Bulls 2. Drew Felios alongside Eddie Rodriguez. If you're a Rowdies fans, good news, then bad news. Good news is you got the lead. Bad news, you got to play a man down for the rest of the second half.
Yeah, you're right, Drew, and it's one of those situations where you have to be tactically disciplined. Now, from where we are, it's too far. You can say whether it was a foul, extension of the elbow or not. There's a minute left, literally 30 seconds left, so you have to be careful with what you do. You mentioned it right before that, and you have to be tactically disciplined so these things don't happen.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights from the first 45 and what seemed like an eternity in the first half. Red Bulls 2 able to make something happen right at the start. Rowdies unable to possess, and if you cannot collect the ball, this Red Bulls team will make you play, and they certainly did that with Jared Stroud.
What a great strike to the far post. Struts comfortable to the inside. You see Cody Mizell in a full extension is not able to grab onto that.
But right back, Junior Flemings with an opportunity, and here comes the foul from Endom. Penalty kick on the way. Bonomo takes care of it.
Yeah, great job by Stefano Bonomo putting the ball low on the ground. A pass back to the goalie.
And then Rowdies, a few minutes later, Junior Flemings finds Stefano Bonomo. The rest is history.
The second goal for Stefano against his old team. Great ball into the space. He plays the ball to the far post, and the goalkeeper making a great save. That could have been the third. Junior Flemings, but even better by the goalkeeper from the Red Bulls.
How about this sequence here? Red Bulls 2 off the crossbar. Mizell bailed out by his friendly crossbar that time as we take a look at our Technia logistics. Halftime stats, Rowdies trailing with possession, only 43%, 56% for the visitors. Rowdies have got to play even better defense in the second half. It's not going to be easy, Eddie.
Yeah, and that's the key. They got to do much better defensively. We saw the Red Bulls, how the last 10 minutes, they were relentless going forward, taking shots, crosses. So when they come out in the second half, they're going to be on, and you got to play good defense at home.
2-1, more halftime after this. Heather Donnelly rejoins us. Rowdies with a 2-1 lead.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business, always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TVO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location, and you can click on the Future Radar button to see where the weather is heading. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TVO Weather today. Go to tvo.com/weather to get started.
The Rowdies' next home game is on Wednesday, August 8th against the Charleston Battery. That game will kick off at 7:30 here at Al Lang Stadium and will air nationally on ESPN News. Charleston is one of the strongest teams in the Eastern Conference this season. The Battery are currently on a 7-game unbeaten streak, including 3 straight wins. One player to keep an eye on when the Rowdies take on the Battery is forward Atula Guerra, who leads the league in scoring with 11 goals. The Trinidad and Tobago international also has 2 assists so far this season. Be sure to tune into ESPN News on Wednesday, August 8th as the Rowdies host the Charleston Battery. Now, here's Drew Felios with USL News and Notes.
Thank you so much, Heather Donnelly. Take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Tampa Bay getting a much-needed win against Indy 11 right now, 25 points just outside that top 8 and a playoff spot. Charlotte Independence right in front of them. Look at scores around the league today. Louisville City FC takes care of Ottawa. Charleston did the same to Richmond. North Carolina and Pittsburgh all knotted in the second half. Charleston, Penn, no score at halftime. And Toronto FC2 and Nashville also looking for their first goal. Storylines from around the league. FC Cincinnati riding a 10-game unbeaten streak. That's 7 wins and 3 draws dating back to May 26th. On the West, Reno SC, 16 games unbeaten. How about that? And the Golden Boot watch, Anna Voldsen, Orange County with 11 goals. Geta of Charleston with 11 goals as well. Those are your news and notes from around the league. Time to take a look now at the top moments for last week in the USL.
Schreiber, and it's 1-0 Richmond.
That didn't come off very well. This ball headed in. Important save by McIntosh.
Fury going forward again. Here's a left-footed shot.
And across in front. Header is down and it's kicked away. Herrera, 2 great saves. Oh my gosh, 3.
In for Herrera. Has some time and space. Lets it fly. That is sensational from Herrera.
Lots of traffic in there. Gets lost. Oh, how about Mizell? Wow.
Ward. Near post. Oh, what a finish by Charlie Ward.
And we'll take the shot, and Perino, an important parry with his right hand.
He's right and strikes, and it goes in.
Go with the right foot, and he's stopped.
Isley finding a Watson with a strike, and it's number 10 on the year.
Chance here for Pittsburgh. Into Brad.
Oh, what a save again.
And it will be Salgado to strike, and he puts it in the back of the net.
Brian Obi working on fines. Obi, it's off the crossbar.
Moreno with the shot, and he beats McGuire.
Guillen, first time, Becker down low, and Goita down low as well with the save.
Lautrec sends some service in, taking off the chest by Greg, who strikes and scores! In on goal, Callie Brown off of his line, Prater denied by Brown.
Shot from distance, Tambakis with the pull, with the save.
Lopez on side for Paul, Cheto Guzman, almost rolling in. San Antonio FC on top, 3-1.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baker's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
This is the Morgan Report.
I'm Brett Morgan. This guy's the outlaw Kevin Kiermaier.
Looks like things are heating up in the Bay.
Oh yeah, nothing like the friendly competition between 2 dealerships. Right, John?
That's right, Brad. At Sun Toyota and Brandon Honda, buy with 0 down, get a nationwide lifetime warranty, and a $5,000 Advantage Club card. Right, dudes?
This show literally has gone to the dogs. Clever. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Welcome back to Rowdy Soccer on This TV Tampa Bay. Heather Donnelly joined here with Rowdy's assistant coach Shane Roberts. Coach, a chaotic end to the first half there. You'll be without Neil Collins and Junior Flemings in the second half. How do you approach the rest of this game?
Yeah, we just try to keep playing. We have to extend the game as long as we can, and we're winning. So we just come out and battle. That's all we can do.
Yeah, what's it going to take to defend this lead and pull out 3 points here at Al Lang?
A lot of heart, a lot of heart. We got to be smart about what we do when we do it, and the guys got to execute and just try to keep urging them to do their best.
Great, thanks. Back to you guys.
All right, Coach Roberts put in a pressing situation here. Fans having a great time tonight at Al Lang Stadium. Festive environment. Rowdies 2-1 over New York Red Bulls. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, Heather Donnelly, and our fabulous Tampa Bay Rowdies crew weathering the elements in a wild first half. Saw winds of about 20 to 25 miles an hour through it all, and we saw a little bit of chaos there. In the thick of it, Junior Flemings, the hottest Rowdies player coming into tonight, gets a red card. He's done for the night. He's done for the next game as well. Eddie, if you're a Rowdies fan, you feel a little fortunate to have a 2-1 lead right now. How in the heck now do you get out of here with a win tonight? If you're Tampa Bay, how do you do it?
Well, I'll tell you, Drew, if you're sitting at home enjoying this game, go get your popcorn right now and go get your drinks, because the second half is going to be very interesting. The Rowdies are going to have to play great defense. They got to stay together. They got to take advantage of set pieces, corner kicks, anything going forward, but you got to stay home and play good, sound, solid defense. That's going to be hard against the #1 team in the league. You know they're going to take shots. You know they're going to take chances. Just imagine, you saw the last 8 to 10 minutes in the second half. They're relentless. That's what's going to happen in the second half. That's the kind of team you're getting ready to face for the next 40 to 50 minutes, depending on how much time they get at the end. But here's the thing. You got to play. You got that lead 2-1. As Coach said, you want to try to extend as much as possible, and you got to take your chances going forward. You cannot just sit back and wait for them to come.
Cody Mizell under fire to end the first half. Lots not going to change in the second. Just see the way New York is lined up. Cannot wait to be unleashed. Here, they are going to press and press hard throughout the next 45.
Because of that numerical advantage, Drew, don't be surprised if the Red Bulls try to go with one more forward. On paper, they're playing the 4-3-3. Well, don't be surprised if they throw somebody on top. The fact they have one extra, and just try to break down the Rowdies defense as quick as possible.
Vera, ball ahead of him. Well, we talked about this Rowdies team and how players still getting to know each other, quite frankly. New and adjusting to each other. This is something that will certainly make you a lot closer when you're put into a situation like this against the top scoring team in the league. This will make you bond really quick.
Let me tell you, Drew, this is one of the best scenarios that could happen for team bonding. You want to get together, you want to get to know each other. It's nothing like suffering together and going to war together. And they're going to battle in the second half. They're going to get to know each other pretty well, especially between Poku, Joko, Oduro in the middle, Diakite, the center back, and of course the right fullback. Everybody in the back is going to have to play together. Kyle Porter on the right, fullback for the Rowdies.
Rowdies have an incredible challenge ahead of them here in the next 45. And now sends it right. New York will get organized here, possessing to start the second half. Lil Fernandez, a little bit quiet here in this game up to this point. Akaweki marking tightly. That's well played. So they'll send it back. New York will reset.
This is a great way to look at it psychologically, Drew. You pick up the next 5 minutes. You look at the clock. The next 5 minutes you defend. And once you get there, you take the next 5. Breaking down the time is how you can do it psychologically, because if you worry about the whole half and how you're going to have to stop them, too much of a game left.
Porter now to throw it in for the Rowdies. New York will play from the back again. Hey, which teams are hitting top gear as the league comes down the stretch in the race for the 2018 USL Cup playoffs? Find out every Monday evening with USLsoccer.com. Power rankings on USLsoccer.com every Monday evening. Red Bulls advancing, working left. Stroud, the only goal tonight for the visitors. They'll switch the point of attack. Right side, Rowdies with Fernandez out there trying to defend. Stauffer takes it now outside the 18. They're very patient with it, are the Red Bulls. Diakite, there's been a wall on the back line, clears it for Tampa Bay. You can certainly see early on the Rowdies are a man down. If you're just joining us, Junior Flemings given a red card at the end of the first half, and a first half that I thought should have been concluded when that red card was given. That lasted about 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, he had a +6 on the stoppage time. Before you know it, it was almost a 9-10, and you're right, that should have been done, but nonetheless, Flemings with that red card. And the Red Bulls came out, the Red Bulls are coming out, you know, very cool, and they know they're going to take their time, because all they got to do is make up one goal, but so they're going to take their time. They're not going to freak out, but they have so many weapons going forward.
Arturo falls down, gets up. Now it's Devera. Devera sends it in with the left foot and trying to get it to number 42, Brian White, who scored twice last time these two teams locked up.
And they do get that corner kick. Once again, just regroup, get your numbers in the box. If you want to cover man-to-man coverage, make sure everybody's accounted for. Take your chances. see the entire bench for the Red Bulls are warming up behind the goal.
New York, a team that is young, talented, tremendous chemistry as well. And Swinger this time, another corner kick coming up for the visitors, and Chris Lima out there doing the honors, the former Georgetown star. Just put it in play this time. New York will keep possession.
Yeah, you see a great job by New York playing the ball out. They're trying to draw the Rowdies out and then put the ball in the box.
Bonomo heads it out. Another ball sent far side and too far. It'll be a goal kick for Mizell. Hey, Counting Crows and Live are coming to Al Link Stadium Tuesday, July 31st. That's just days away. Tickets start at only $29.50. Get yours by calling 727-888-6000 or by visiting Ticketmaster.com. The Counting Crows, 25 years in counting, coming to Al Link Live.
See, every time the ball goes out of bounds, you see Cody Mizell a little bit of a time, just shave a little bit, go direct, that's fine. Then regroup right now. Get your defense situated when the ball's as far away from your goal as possible. This is when you get your shape defensively.
DeVera sends it in with the left foot. Mizell backing up, picking that one up. Again, with the wind tonight, any ball that sails like that against the goal, coming from a distance, can be trouble.
And the wind definitely died down a little bit. Both teams went into the locker room at half. But you're right, though. They're still...
Rowdies will have the wind in their favor here in the second half. It is blowing from left to right. And that's died down. You're right, Eddie. Candawari. Now we'll try and set it up, and Bonomo's offsides.
That's a great idea, though, by Tampa, playing the ball into space for Stefano Bonomo, and that's how you can catch him flat. You know, he's the only forward right now for the Rowdies, so if you're able to play the ball with precision behind the two center backs, or when he's checking to the ball, that's how you can be dangerous without, you know, still playing good defense in the back.
Lima, just before it goes to the end line, Red Bulls trying to save it, and not in time. So number 74, that's Tom Barlow, former Wisconsin star, 2 goals this season. Look down this New York roster. They are young. They get guys in their academy. A lot of these guys we've had a chance to cover in collegiate soccer, working games throughout the country. They wind up in this New York system. And Bonomo at one time was one of those guys, drafted out of Cal back in the year 2014. Called the academy his home. Developed there before being released earlier this season to the Rowdies' benefit. Fernandez trying to intercept it. Tampa Bay has not possessed at all so far here through the first 7 minutes and change.
And you mentioned, Drew, that the Red Bulls Academy, one of the most successful academies in the MLS. They've done a great job bringing players. Another one of those players is Jose Aguinaga, that you and I had a chance to call in his collegiate years. But they've done a great job bringing players and sending players to the next level. MLS, USL.
Quick ball sent in inside the 18, and it gets cleared. But now the shot on through traffic. Lakawecki there to get a foot on it. You can really sense the one-man advantage. Right now it seems like there's an extra 2 or 3 men on the pitch.
Yeah, the way this game is going to be played, you see everybody except for Stefano Bonomo is sitting back for the Rowdies, and you know, they're keeping that shape. It's not like they're just sitting back. They're keeping that shape defensively, and your only outlet is going to be Stefano. So for him, you see him, he's going to be doing a lot of running this second half, but it's your only outlet. So now he's got to be able to get up all the way to the right next to the 2 center backs. So it's going to be a lot of running for him and a lot of running defensively for the rest of the team.
Ball sent to the far side of the field now. Vera. Left-footed stroke. Joe Cole gets a head on it, and it'll be a corner kick for Red Bulls 2. Hey, catch MOR's new Summer of Fun lineup featuring Tampa Bay's favorite comedies. First, the Goldbergs and Modern Family flip-flop. Modern Family goes to 5 and 5:30. The Goldbergs to 6 and 6:30. While Tim and Charlie switch things up with Last Man Standing moving to 8 and 8:30. Anger Management to 9 and 9:30. All part of MOR's Summer of Fun. Lots of time changes there. Here's Chris Lima, left-footed shot, and Mizell to knock it down inside the box.
You see how much space the Red Bulls have. Knocking the ball around the 18, switching the ball out wide. Then you get the in-swing across. Once again, great job by Cody Mizell. He's going to be huge for the Rowdies in the second half, Drew, because he's got to be on.
So far this season, the Rowdies, Eddie, have received some really tough red cards. Yeah, let's talk about the one that happened to Leon Taylor back about a month ago when he was sent off, and now tonight, Junior Flemings, who was on a roll coming in, had an assist tonight. And it has really been unlucky for Tampa Bay. De Vera now controlling again. Lima tries to slide one in just outside the 6. Porter, good job defending, and another corner.
Great job. You're right, Drew. And it was kind of a similar situation. Leon Taylor went out for a header, and there was contact, and before you know it, he landed, and a red card was waiting. The whole crowd erupted, and just like that, he was out of the game with a red card, and now Flemings.
Andrew Tenari, the in-swinger. Tenari, good ball. Headed out by Tam McCandawary, the vocal leader of that Rowdies back line. De Vera getting good quality touches here in the second half. Possession dominated right now by the visitor. Send it left. De Vera again. And Mizell watches this one go over the goal.
The key to this game, Drew, is going to be do your job. If you're one of the Rowdies defender, goalkeeper, you got to do your job. Don't try to do more. So what happens when you try to do somebody else's job, you get stretched out, and that's how you get in trouble.
At this point, Eddie, think about substitutions coming up.
No, right now
if you are the Rowdies, what are you looking for in intangibles? A guy who can hold the ball, possibly a Nanchoff in this situation. Who are you looking for?
Well, right now you're looking for fatigue, somebody who can't run anymore defensively, somebody who can give you that spring, that a little bit of extra going forward. At some point, you're going to have to take Stefano out, bring another forward who's got speed, who can hold the ball, because he's been running the second half by himself on top. And, you know, you got to look at the outside players, perhaps. If you bring somebody who's got pace outside and who's going to give you that freshness, especially in the last 15, 20, remember, you got to play 45 minutes plus defense this second half for the Rowdies.
Rowdies continue to play defense, and we'll get another goal kick here. Not been able to build much from the back as Tampa Bay trying to find a way to at least get a run or two under their belt. Diakite has been chasing. He was so emotional in that first half. He has calmed down. That's a good sign. And he is holding on the pitch right now.
Let's not forget, with him, the last game, he had to be taken out right around the 84th minute due to cramps. He was new to the area, not used to the heat and humidity. Let's see if he's able to last 90 in this game. Of course, huge, integral part of this defensive side for the Rowdies, so he's got to stay in there, stay calm, win your individual battles, especially the air. He's great at the air ball, so, and then go forward when you can, keep the ball, don't lose it in transition.
Poku can't collect, just surrounded by white uniforms, now able to send one down. And let's see if Bonomo can catch up to it. Stefano does just that, tried to cross it in. Fernandez was waiting for it, the ball didn't get to him.
Stefano Bonomo with a great idea. He was going to try to cross the ball. Fernandez was wide open in the box. And you can tell the idea was there. Had he taken a touch, the window of opportunity would have been gone. Just like that, you saw Bonomo making a 40-yard run, gets to the ball, tries to cross the ball. Like I said, he's probably one of the first subs you're going to see in the second half for the Rowdies whenever he's done.
Right side, and this ball kept alive. Diakite can just hammer it out.
Yeah, you see Cody Mizell telling the linesman that ball was out of bounds.
Rowdies not getting much of calls here from the officials. And we'll have another goal kick from Mizell. We're in the 60th minute, nearly 2/3 done here at Al Lang, and Tampa Bay has got their work cut out for them the rest of the way. Eddie, I know right now with a 2-1 lead, if the Rowdies are able to somehow hang on to this lead and pull this off, How big a win do you think this would be given the circumstances?
Oh, this would be monumental because you're talking about a player down. You talk about going after your goals as a unit. This would be huge.
Oh, airborne right over Bonomo that time. And Red Bulls trying to get a quick run in. Duro, a little off balance. Rowdy's got to be careful here. Cole comes up to bail everybody out, and there's the captain coming up big.
Now remember I said, Drew, take 5 minutes at a time, 6 minutes. Look, we're, as you mentioned, the 60th minute already, and the Rowdies are doing great. They're keeping that shape in the back. Stay home. It's about spending that energy. Try to save it as much as you can, unless you have to go forward and make a sprint. If not, just stay home, save the legs.
There's Caceres. Now the Red Bulls will go back to chase it down. Hey, Rowdies fans, see Joe Cole, Georgie Ristoff, and your Tampa Bay Rowdies defending the home turf Saturday, August 11th against North Carolina FC. Live on This TV, Tampa Bay. Pre-game at 7, game time at 7:30. This TV, your broadcast home for Rowdies soccer. First change coming in, and substitution for the Rowdies is we're going to get Michael Nanchoff set to check in. Nano going to get a good opportunity here, and it looks like Leo Fernandez is going to be called to go to the sideline.
And see, Drew, that's a great sub because you take Leo Fernandez, who's been playing out wide on the left. And usually those are the players that you take out first because they do an extreme amount of running outside. So you want to bring Nano, Nanchoff. You know he's got the ability and the pace to get up and down, 18 to 18.
Lima sent it low, and it's in. Oh, a gorgeous header that time by Brian White, and nothing Mizell could do. That was a beautiful goal.
Yeah, quality cross right here. And how about that finish by Lima? He steps in front of the defender, and just like that, nothing Cody Mizell could do. You see the speed of the delivery. Lima with a great cross right here. And how about that finish right there? Outstanding by Nico Vivetta from Red Bulls. Just directs the ball right there. Cody Mizell in a full extension.
We're level at 2. Red Bulls have answered here on the road as Brian White gets his 8th goal of the season, and he's scored 3 against the Rowdies this year.
Yeah, Brian White with a great run in the box, and that delivered by Lima, though, just right on the money. And swinger with his left foot.
Our change coming up, brought to you by K-Pop Marketing. Michael Nanchoff replacing Leo Fernandez. Oh, want to win tickets to a USL game of your choice? Show off how well you know the league every Tuesday morning in the USLsoccer.com Pick'em contest to have the chance to be a winner. All tied at 2 here in the 63rd minute. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, and Heather Donnelly. You're watching Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer on This TV, Tampa Bay. New York Red Bulls 2 has just pulled level on a goal by Brian White. And now looking to take the lead. They send one in, and Mizell will knock it down inside the box. Rowdies were living on the edge throughout the end of the first half. And here to start the second half, Eddie, at some point, you've got to pose some sort of threat because you can't put Mizell under that kind of pressure.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying at halftime. It's really hard to play defense for 45 minutes straight. So going forward, you got to be able to, keep the ball. A counterattack or a free kick set piece, you got to do better with the ball. But at the same time, when you talk about you're still tied, you haven't lost the game, so you're still holding on to a little bit of a hope here. Wait for a free kick outside the box, and hopefully, we see Joe Cole score off a free kick right now. You got to go forward. You got to keep the ball.
Rowdies playing a man down after Junior Flemings given a red card at the end of the first half. And that's the predicament right now. Andrew Tenari approaching, and now Stroud. Stroud back to Tenari. Rowdies will break it up. Nanchoff tries to clear it, gets deflected out. Mizell will have a goal kick. So let's see if Nanchoff can make a difference with the Rowdies as far as Someone who can keep the ball, possibly start a run, a good counterattack here to get the Rowdies rolling once again.
And all you need, Drew, is just to change that momentum a little bit. Great play, a great shot. You're back in this game. You're tied 2-2, and you got to give credit to the players that are in this game right now on the pitch, because, as you know, to play in a big field that's every bit of 110, 120 by 80, that's a big field to cover. You're doing somebody else's job as well, so.
Foul going to be called. It's Poku. Caceres that time. Now DeVera. Back to Caceres. Caceres, difference maker since coming in at the end of the first half. Drawing fouls, creating chances as well. Now it's Lima, right side. A little bit of fancy footwork here. And Nanchoff right there with him. There's Lucas Stauffer trying to juke him out of his shoes.
Great job by Nanchoff, just staying right, left, right, and stood his ground. Lower that center of gravity and did not get turned around.
66th minute. And Ndom airborne that time. It's going to be a foul. The discipline issued. Well, want to get the key talking points from across the USL every week. Tune in to the Hat Trick with Kelsey Steele. That's Monday evenings at the USL's Instagram account to stay in the know what's going on around the league. Kelsey does a great job with that every week. Just like Lyndon Blake and Dan McCandawary do a great job with the Rowdies rundown. You can see that on social media every single week. Dan McCandawary is great analysis of Rowdies soccer and so much more. Elmo got airborne and goes down. Looks like he's a little shaken up. Hopefully he is okay. McCandawary just being held there. And finally the official will blow the whistle. Bonomo is hurt.
See, he's grabbing his hamstring.
See the cut there on his left knee as well.
Hopefully it's nothing major.
Bonomo with both goals tonight for Tampa Bay. Let's see where it happened here. Just come down a little awkwardly, perhaps, maybe just a little cramp. Ryan White leading the run. New York continues to dominate possession in this second half. I mean, the numbers right now are just astounding. 81%.
Yeah, well, when you have that extra player, Drew, we talked about the dimension of the fields, and all they've done is just move the ball, move the ball, move the ball, and that's, of course, when you're playing defense, it's harder, especially late into this game. It's going to be harder for them to chase, and you really don't want to chase. You want to stay home, so let them have the ball. As long as they're in front of you, and you're not giving that penetrating run between the center backs, and you coming out, then you're okay. Because you can see all the action in front of you.
Not much to cheer about here in the second half for Rowdies fans. This ball sent past the end line, and another goal kick coming on. Michael Nanchoff, the first sub for the Rowdies. Hunter Gorski set to be the second, and Joe Cole's number is going to be called to go to the bench here in the next dead ball.
Yeah, I definitely expect the outside players or even center mids to be taken out, because the amount of running you're doing, especially since your team's been playing with only 10 players, is just astronomical. I mean, you saw the possession numbers.
Rowdies got the two quick goals first 20 minutes from Bonomo. Here's Cole now, trying for possibly a third, crosses one. Oh! Tried to hook up that time and just could not hit his target.
And that's a play I was telling you about. Drew, you wait for something like that to happen. Joe Cole making a great run, and then he was looking for Natchoff, who made a great run into the box. We're not able to connect.
Here's the counter, left side. This is Lima. Lima sending one in, and Tam is there to knock it out. Not going to get many opportunities if you're the Rowdies in the second half. So Tam McCandawari and company going to have to be very careful. You saw the pass from Cole on that last try. If we can get a few more of those, Eddie, and possibly convert one, oh, that would be special.
Yeah, because you have to be, I mean, like you mentioned, you're not going to get many, but when you do, you got to be able to capitalize. But it's definitely going to be few and far in between. This is when players with experience count. A Joe Cole on top of the box, when you can draw the foul, draw the defender, and then sell that foul on top of the box. Buy yourself some time so you can actually put that ball on frame.
Tenari with Pullitz. Very organized right now for the Rowdies.
This is good for the Rowdies, crossing the 70th minute mark.
Get it near the 18. This blast way over from Jared Stroud, who scored earlier tonight. So Hunter Gorski will come back in for Tampa Bay. All our substitutes tonight brought to you by Kickoff Marketing. Kickoff Marketing, a proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And Gorski's the Iron Man. He had played every minute for the Rowdies until that last game against Indy 11. In situations like this, when it becomes a test of endurance and will, you are proud to see number 27 enter the contest.
And you see the chat they're having. They're going to go, Drew, with a 3-5-1. So they're going to go 10, meaning that they're trying to go forward, score at least one. 3 in the back, 5 in the middle, 1 on top.
Vote of confidence from Joe Cole. You think this one's personal tonight? Look at Cole. He wants this one for the Rowdies. Another Kickoff Marketing substitute is coming up. Gorski for Cole. We're also going to see Alex Morrell, the Lakeland product, come into the game in a few moments.
Oh, this is the perfect game for Alex Morrell to come in with that speed, Drew. You put him on top by himself and let him chase everything. Start sending balls forward behind the 2 center backs. Give him a chance. Give him a chance to go one-on-one.
Well, one good thing about this half, as opposed to the last, it's played a lot cleaner. Not nearly as many whistles and scrums as we saw in the first half. Both teams have settled down. And now, level at 2. They are playing for tonight here at LA.
Well, unfortunately, Drew, we knew that the referee had made enough of an impact in this game, given that red card, and that changed everything. I mean, pretty much the outcome of this game. At least to this point, the Red Bulls tying it up, but when the Rowdies really haven't had a shot in the second half, perhaps maybe one, if anything.
You saw Porter go down on that last play. As soon as he went down, he got right back up, and you've got to get on your horse, get to the other side of the pitch, or else this team is going to make you pay. You just don't have a moment to take a breath with this New York relentless onslaught.
Well, especially because you're playing a man down, right? So if you stay down, nobody's going to feel bad for you, and you got to get back. You're right, because that means you left somebody open, far post, and you got to be accountable in this game, playing -1 for the Rowdies.
Doro now, Anchoff as well. Poku gonna stay on his feet. Poku is going to get called here, a foul. Crowd not going to be happy with this one.
Well, I agree with him. It's actually obstruction. As he's trying to go through the player, where's he going to go?
I mentioned Alex Morrell was going to be the next player to come on for the Rowdies. That does not appear to be the case. I'll keep you updated on that. It looks like it is going to be Leon Taylor. Interesting to see how his theatrics and heroics can sort of fit into this match, as he had the magic going earlier this season for the Rowdies, and one of his goals could certainly go a long way here. New York building once again. Rowdies trying to stay organized. And Diakite able to win it. Diakite with a pretty nice ball for Bonomo. Bonomo's got to do a lot of running. Politz is right there with him.
Yeah, and that's when you want to keep the ball, and you see Bonomo working on 2, perhaps 3 defenders, trying to create something going forward.
Anshoff just gets swarmed.
Yeah, you see Leon Taylor from the Rowdies at the midfield spot.
So Ben Mine's going to enter for Red Bulls 2. Tom Barlow will go to the bench. Another K-Pop marketing substitution. We've played 75 minutes. Rowdies and Red Bulls 2. Just what we expected and a lot more. Red Bulls 2 now. Here's White already with a goal tonight. Trying to cross one in. McCandawary has him marked.
Great job by Tam getting to the end line and forcing the play.
And here's Leon Taylor. He had magic earlier this season. 5 games, 3 goals, and a tremendous sequence that he has played. 1 yellow card and a red to go with it. But he's the kind of guy who likes to throw his body around, get in the right spot, a one-touch guy, and Bonomo will get a much-needed rest in our next K-Pop marketing sub.
Yeah, great job by Stefano Bonomo. He's been brilliant going forward. Of course, holding the ball. Got 2 goals for the Rowdies, and now Leon, you mentioned Leon Taylor, a dangerous player because of his speed. So let's see what he can do in the last 15 minutes here. You want to be able to give him the ball, give him a chance, play him through so he can use that speed to get behind players. And hopefully we're seeing his heroics. If he can put 1 in the back of the net and win this game for the Rowdies, it would be tremendous.
Check in with Heather Donnelly down on the field. What's up, Heather?
Drew, Joe Cole has assumed his role of assistant coach here for this team. Last month, he was promoted to a player and assistant coach. So now that he's been taken out of the game as a player, he's thrown on his black t-shirt, and now he's on the sidelines working as a coach, guys.
Now you see that intensity that he has in his eyes right now. How much he would love for his teammates to come away with one here.
And this is when you got to switch hats from being a player who just came out the field and assess the situation as a coach. Cool, calm, and collect. Now that he's in the bench, he can watch, and it's a totally different perspective. Drew, he just came back from running on the pitch, but now he's got to settle down and say, okay, how can we be dangerous here? What subs do we make? How do we change this in the last perhaps 14 minutes to get a win, or at least keep this tie going forward?
See Poku looking at the official. Poku has not gotten a call tonight at some point. You think he's going to get one at least.
And you see the size difference between him and Chris Caceres, who's been pretty much diving all over the place ever since he came in.
You know, altogether, we break down X's and O's so much in this great game of football, but if you're Joe Cole, you're in your mid-30s. Not easy to chase a bunch of 20, 21-year-olds around for 70 minutes, is it?
Absolutely not, and that's when experience comes in. That's when you get your tackles in, and at some point you see Poku just going to tackles and say, hey, you got to respect what I've done in the game. And that's the case with Joe Cole, a guy who's done it all, representing his country, playing a World Cup for England, of course, and you got to give him a lot of credit.
Let's take a look at the stats right now as far as shots are concerned. Look at that, 17-7. Top shooting score team in the league is doing their justice here at Al Lang tonight. The Rowdies right now sloppy, controlling. New York able to collect again, and Brian White having his way.
Yeah, you saw Kyle Porter was wide open. Poku wasn't able to deliver a good ball, but you see runs out of the back, and I love that about Kyle Porter. One of the reasons why they brought him to this team is that he's got the ability to go forward, and that's one of the things that Neil Culling sees in him. A right fullback who can go forward, deliver some great balls, and then come back and defend.
Gorski. And another tie up here. Crown getting frustrated as Taylor trying to position himself. Red Bulls 2 not wasting any time. Attacking from the right side. Rowdies there to knock it out. Lakawecki has been all over the place tonight. And
the Rowdies, they've done a great job just keeping that defensive shape in the back as a system, because now it's your entire team. The only one on top is Leon Taylor.
Nice ball from Maduro. Kyle Porter, let's see if he can do something with it. Porter able to keep it. Rowdies have not been able to have many runs here in the second half. We'll put this one in motion. Sails over everybody and over the head of Lauro. Hey, catch sizzling hot summer movies 24 hours a day on This TV Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's first premier broadcast movie channel featuring films from world-famous MGM library. Play for you all day, all night. This TV Tampa Bay, the official broadcast home of the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Level at 2 in the 80th minute. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, Heather Donnelly down on the pitch.
This is great, Drew. You see Kyle Porter making runs in the 80th minute.
Maduro able to dig it out. Now Poku with it. For the Rowdies, trying to possess the ball. You're also trying to save a little bit in the tank, possibly for the stretch run, which we're in right now. Ball put on the ground, and Diakite will clear it.
Here's the thing, Poku gets around Cáceres. He doesn't get the foul, and the last time Poku went around Cáceres and pushed him a little bit, he got called for the foul. So what's a big man to do when you can't get a call? That's one of the disadvantages about being bigger than your opposition. You're always going to get called because they figure you're bigger, you're going to foul them. There's no need. You see, Poku, 6'4", 225.
Right now again. Having words with the official.
Here's that play I was talking about. See, that's definitely obstruction because he's not even looking at the ball. That's a telltale sign right there. That, it's obstruction. So what happens? Poku stops on his tracks. He doesn't get the call.
Little things like that have not gone the Rowdies' way as far as the officiating is concerned tonight. No doubt.
But as a player, Drew, you want the referee just to call it even. If it's a foul, call it. If it's not a foul, don't call it. Poku obviously had the ball went around the player. There's definitely obstruction because Cáceres is not even looking at the ball. That tells you his intentions.
Taylor heads back. Lauro getting just a little cute. Gotta be careful with the threat right in front of him. And now Devera. And New York trying to build from the back here.
It's all right to put a little pressure, but you don't want to chase up there. You want to come back and hold your line. And see that line right there? That's, you dictate. Where do you want to start your confrontation line right there?
Skate out. Maisel will have a goal kick. So the Rowdies looking for one chance as another change will be made. This change is brought to you by K-Pop Marketing. Like all changes are, as Alan Giannis will enter. Giannis will replace Lucas Stauffer.
Alan Giannis comes in with fresh legs. Just about 8 minutes left on stoppage time. This is just right about the time when you would love to see a moment of brilliance by Leon Taylor, one of the Rowdies players.
Yeah, the tough part is right now for Tampa Bay. No Junior Flemings, who has been so good over the last few outings, and also no Georgie Ristoff. Georgie, in a situation like this, would be vital.
Yeah, because those are the type of players who are used to being in this situation, are used to being in front of the goal, you know, with very little time left, under pressure.
Another whistle here. Poku again frustrated with his hands up. What is going on?
Yeah, what is the call? I agree with Poku. What's the call?
New York sends one in on the ground. Maisel there to get it. There are times, and you know this better than anybody, Eddie, where sometimes the officiating just favors a different style than the one that you are playing. And perhaps that's maybe a dilemma that the Rowdies are running into tonight.
Well, it's a great point that you bring up, Drew, because now that I get to coach youth, we always tell the kids and we always teach them to play against the referee as well, and not in a bad way, but you always want to play against 11 plus the referee, because you never know when things don't go your way. Rather than retaliate and talk to the ref, which it never goes your way, he's not going to change his mind. Just play against him as well, and in the sense that put the ball in the back of the net. There's nothing they can do about it.
Kyle Porter will throw it in, near side. 85th minute. Rowdies just looking for one chance. Here, Taylor, all by himself.
I tell you, what a tremendous job they've done, because now you see the Red Bulls, they completely, deflated in the second half. They ran out of, energy. They're not as dynamic going forward. You saw them in the last 10 minutes of the first half. They were all over the place, all over the Rowdies. In the second half, very few and far in between. Of course, the goal was great, but other than that, not a lot of chances for the Red Bulls.
Well, sliding in is Aduro. And now a good chance for Red Bulls too. Caceres switching the point of attack here. Politz. This ball set middle of the field. White coming up. He's cut off though. And we have got a call. I believe this one is going to go the Rowdies' way.
Yeah, but you saw Max Lakawecki asking for the call. You saw him clearly saying handball, handball. He doesn't call it.
Breon Taylor inserted late. Not been able to get a good touch on it so far. Manchoff is in for Tampa Bay. So is Gorski. Taylor was the third sub. Mizell has done a great job tonight, considering the amount of shots he has faced and the way the Red Bulls 2 has been able to possess.
Well, here's how to describe that guy right there, Cody Mizell. He's been phenomenal. He's been consistent for this Rowdies defensive side. Consistency. No matter what, you know you're going to get out of him. He had nothing to do in that second goal. It was a great cross, great finish, but consistency throughout the game, and he will continue to do that till the 90th plus minute. You want to see your team see it out all the way through.
Now Porter. And again, perhaps Red Bulls 2 trying to exploit the Rowdies' weakness here. Simply possessing here late in the match.
Definitely
looking for an offsides, and there it is. Came a little late, but White certainly was behind.
Great job by Hunter Gorski, though. He's the one that realized that the forward was offside. All he did, took 2 steps forward, raised his hand, left him in an offside position. I think it was Alan Gaines, the Red Bulls, who was offside.
But wait, the ball awarded to Red Bulls 2. Not sure exactly why there. As Tenari now will take a shot, and it goes just to the left of the goal. Again, Rowdy's a little confused why New York was given possession there in the 88th minute.
Well, I'm confused as well, because clearly the linesman had his flag up. And now look at this. Great shot from the outside, looking for that bottom corner. Andrew Tinnery once again for the Red Bulls. Cody Mizell having a chat with the ref. Just telling him where to put the ball.
Rowdy's trying to survive here, in a yellow card. Looked like it was issued perhaps to the Rowdies in that last sequence.
I think it could have been to Cody for wasting time, but at this point,
pretty much meaningless at this point.
See, that's a battle right there between Poku and Hassan.
All right, Rowdies have a chance here. They're making something happen. They'll throw it in. Taylor and Poku. Doro. Good job by Dominic. Keeping it for Tampa Bay. And did take a shot in the face.
Yeah, great job by Doro. You see, he saw the bounce. He recognized that it was going to bounce in front of him, went and won the header.
Ben Mines was also in the middle of it. So this is going to really figure into stoppage time here. Just at the end of regulation. It could be a considerable delay.
Yeah, and if there's one thing, watch. Dominic is looking at the bounce.
Head on head.
And there's definitely contact, head-to-head contact there. You can tell Dominic was actually going in the right way. He saw the way the ball was going to bounce.
Going to have 4 minutes of stoppage time. Adoro right now is hurt. That is one that is certainly going to sting. You're going to feel it tonight, tomorrow.
Well, and that's the problem, is it tomorrow that you worry about. You want to make sure that you do not have a concussion. Of course, now the trainers have to do the concussion protocol right there on the field. Take him out and make sure that he's completely aware of what's going on. You see 4 minutes of stoppage time.
See if Adoro can stay on the pitch here. I'm not sure that's going to happen. Rowdy's already a man down. Adoro will go to the sideline for a moment. No, he'll come back on. And we play on. In extra time here in Tampa. Rowdies 2. Red Bulls 2 with 2 as well.
And I got to tell you, Drew, if the score remains the same here at 2-2, this is definitely going to feel like a victory for the Rowdies, because they've done an incredible job in the second half, just keeping the score like this against a great and very aggressive New York Red Bulls team.
Stroud puts this one in the air, and it sails far and wide as they'll track it down here.
Let's not forget, a team that leads the USL in goals and in shots as well. And for you to pretty much keep them at 1 with 10 men, that tells you a lot about this team. It tells you a lot about the character of this squad and what Neil Collins has been doing.
Rowdies with Nanchoff able to possess. Here's Porter. Kyle Porter. It wasn't touched that time by New York, and it's going to be a corner kick.
Yeah, it's a great idea by Kyle. He was trying to in-swing that ball to the far post, looking for what last chance. Instead, he gets a corner kick, and this is when Nanchoff has got to take your time, get players in.
Crowd comes alive quickly here at Al Lang. Loro on guard. There's the horde of Red Bulls 2 players as well inside the box.
Diakite arrived in the box. Tam Akandiwere.
Nanchoff's ball. Curling. Goes far. Diakite will track it down. Rowdies will keep possession here in the 93rd minute.
Very smart. Diakite was going to take the ball and said, you know what, you come and do it. He switches. In the meantime, he's shaving 30-40 seconds off the clock, and they still have a chance to go forward right around the 18. As you see, Max Lakawecki, Poku checks to the ball.
Rowdies now playing right along the end line. It was Taylor. Now Adoro. Damaduro puts it in motion. Taylor will watch it go into the hands of Laura.
New York will start dumping balls in the box here shortly, knowing that they don't have a lot of time left.
Now it's Mines. New York sharing it well here late. De Vera. Rowdies scrambling just a bit. Trying to clear it was Tam off the back of his teammate Lakawecki, trying to get to it as well, and now Caceres.
Lakawecki's got to get there and clear the ball.
Another ball sent in. Porter watches it go over. Rowdies trying to hang on here. We're in the 95th minute. Time very precious on both sides. A little bit of an opening there. Oh, looked like Lima could have taken a shot. Does not do it. Diakite will clear it out of there. And that is going to do it. The Rowdies and Red Bulls 2 finish level at 2. A 2-2 draw in a game where the Rowdies win a man down at the end of the first half. They hang on late, and they'll take the point here at home.
Absolutely. This is a great point for the Rowdies, but I tell you, Drew, this truly feels like a win for the Rowdies.
All right, let's send it down to the pitch and Heather Donnelly.
Thank you, Drew. Coach, what does it say about the character of this team that you guys were able to hang on here and pull out the point?
It's fantastic. It's all about their willpower to get through it. Tough circumstances, especially give one away in the second half early. But it's all about the players and their effort and their desire to get a result tonight. It's great. Great job.
All right, thank you, Shane. Back to you guys at the booth.
2-2 the final score. Tampa Bay Rowdies, New York Red Bulls. Lots coming at you. Our Rowdies post-game show when we return here to Al Lang Stadium.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
Years and counting. Counting Crows. The 25-year celebration. Special guest live. July 31st, Al Lang Live. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and by phone. 727-888-6000. Counting Crows with Live. 25 years and counting.
Well, it certainly was a battle tonight at Al Lang Stadium. 2-2, a draw. Rowdies able to salvage a point, and a sigh of relief from the home fans as they leave the park and as they go to sign autographs with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, let's waste no time. Get right to the highlights because this game was fast and furious here tonight. First, it was New York getting to work. Top scoring team in the league. They showed why out of the gate. Second minute, Jared Stroud.
See, great shot to the far post. Cody Mizell with a full extension. Doesn't quite get to the ball. And just like that, the Red Bulls go up 1-0.
Now this pass from Bonomo to Junior Flemings. Flemings taken down just outside the 6. Yes, that's good for a PK. Stefano Bonomo does the rest. The Rowdies able to equalize right there. It was 1-1. And then minutes later, Junior Flemings finds his former Red Bulls teammate, Stefano Bonomo, and the Rowdies had the lead.
There's that 1-2 combination. Great ball to the far post. You see Bonomo on the other side plays the ball. Junior Taylor, Flemings rather, and the goalkeeper with a better save right here. Just when you think he's going to cross post, the goalkeeper, Evan Lauro, makes a great save for the Red Bulls.
Cody Mizell on guard. Watch this. Off the crossbar. Bailed out. That time, New York started to take over possession and take over shots. But finally, in the beginning of the second half, one gets by Mizell. It was off the head of White, and that was the second goal. 2-2. Rowdies would hang on the rest of the way. There's your final stats. Look at the possession. Red Bulls 2 dominates possession tonight.
Absolutely, and look at the shots on goal as well, but it's all about the possession. It's all about keeping the ball going forward, creating chances, and if you're able to put those chances away, of course, both teams equal at 2.
2-2. Rowdies do get a point. New York and Tampa Bay, the great rivalry continues. We're back with more in a moment.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to Clearwater Beach, the #1 beach in the U.S. as chosen by travelers on TripAdvisor. It's not just white sand and Gulf breezes. Beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast. Visit stpclearwater.com. Love the beach.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TVO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location. And you can click on the future radar button to see where the weather is headed. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TVO Weather today. Go to tvo.com/weather to get started.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My Blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
2-2 final score. Alex Morel signing autographs for happy Rowdies fans. After this one, Rowdies do get a point here at home. Well, what a night it was for Stefano Bonomo taking on his former team, Red Bulls 2. He is standing by with Heather.
Thank you, Drew. Yeah, Stefano, quite a night for you taking on your former team. What was it like out there for you tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to think, honestly. There was a lot of emotions going into the game before, and I think once you step on the field, it's all about business, and you got to do your job. And the fact that I did score 2 goals was great for Tampa and for the team, and it helped us get a tie. And I mean, credit to all my teammates. Junior, unfortunately, he got a red card, but I think we put in a great shift the first half, and unfortunately, we had to sit back with 10 men in the second. But great to get the point.
Yeah, you scored 2 goals back-to-back, basically. Have you ever scored 2 goals that quickly, consecutively in your career?
Yeah, I have. I've scored two PKs, actually, like right back-to-back. But, yeah, this was my first time scoring a PK and then a goal like in the run of play, like right away.
Awesome. Well, pretty impressive night for you. Thanks for joining us. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, guys. Stefano Bonomo proving his value. What a find for the Rowdies. Scores with the PK, and then a few moments later off the pass from Flemings.
Well, Drew, we knew that he had the ability to put the ball in the back of the net. It's great that he's able to do it so quickly here. He had a great penalty kick, and of course this one, the second one.
This was the Luna Zul Tequila shot of the game from Stefano Bonomo as the Rowdies would go on top and take the 2-1 lead. Final score, 2-2. take a deep breath. Fans still exhaling. Here at Al Lang Stadium, we've got more postgame show to come. Tam McCandawiri and company. The postgame party continues in a moment.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we want you to eat better and feel better with smoothies made from better-for-you ingredients and food crafted with the bold flavors you love, like our Chipotle Chicken Club flatbread with grilled chicken, bacon, pepper jack, and Chipotle mayo, or our Island Green Smoothie with fresh kale and spinach, banana, mango, and pineapple. Life's too good to settle for anything less. Chipotle Chicken Club and Island Green Smoothie at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Eat better, feel better.
It's time to celebrate and save at Ashley Home Store's anniversary sale. Save 35% on furniture and mattresses. Or get 72 months no interest on new styles to celebrate your home. Going on now at America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Hurry in and save at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Back here in the postgame show, 2-2. A draw. Rowdies able to get a point against the New York Red Bulls, too. Great to have you with us, everybody. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez. Rowdies playing a lot of defense tonight. Tam McCandawiri was right in the heart of things.
Yeah, they had to, Drew. It's one of those situations where not the way you planned it, but, of course, when you go a man down and you got to play pretty much defense for 45, 50 minutes in the second half, it's a long game.
Yeah, it certainly is. All right, Tam is standing by with Heather. Guys, take it away.
Thank you, Drew. Tam, a wild night tonight here at Al Lang Stadium. It's been a while since we've had one as crazy as this. What do you take away from this 2-2 draw?
I think we have to be happy with the draw at this stage. It was a bit of a crazy game. We didn't really start as we wanted to or play as well as we wanted to. But with a man down, I think we'll take the draw. We've got a lot of things to work on, and we have to move on to Ottawa.
Yeah, I asked the same thing to Shane after the game. What does this say about this team that you guys, despite the circumstances, were able to pull this one out and still get the point?
I think it shows a lot of character and resilience from us. I think if you look last year, we probably would have lost that game in the latter stages and not come back from the goals. So it's good that we scored 2 goals. We still have to defend better. We're a bit sloppy and just more improvement. You have to just improve throughout the week, go back to working hard and look forward to Ottawa.
All right, thanks, Tam. Guys.
All right, thanks so much. Tam McCandawiri, again, proving to be a valuable piece along the back line for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And, this was just a tough situation for the Rowdies to be in. A red card at the end of the first half. And Junior Flemings didn't expect it. We didn't expect it. We didn't like the call as well. But the Rowdies had to deal with it, and they come away with a point. We'll have more in just a moment. 2-2, the final score. Leo Fernandez and company earning the draw.
If you're new in town and working on your dreams and you don't know what you need, we got the perfect plan for you. My blue, we are here for you, for you, for you. We're Florida Blue. Don't you worry now, 'cause you don't have to. Here we always say we got you. We are here for you. This is your home, Florida Blue.
Florida Print Solutions is St. Petersburg's leader for the best quality, service, marketing, and printing solutions for your business. Always with free pickup and delivery. At Florida Print Solutions, we stand for our community. Superior product quality, effective business solutions, and of course, we stand for printing. Make your next call to Florida Print Solutions and take your business image to the next level. Florida Print Solutions is an official sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Best tailgate, brisket.
No, real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Hot dogs.
Chili dog.
No, Dodger dog.
It's gotta be crawfish.
Now you're talking. Burgers.
7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill.
And ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day.
Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
Grab yourself a Coke.
It's Tailgate 101.
Two final score. Rowdies will take it. A point earned tonight at home against the New York Red Bulls 2. Drew Felios, Eddie Rodriguez, also Heather Donnelly joining us from the pitch. And Heather, it certainly was a chaotic scene, to say the least, at the end of the first half with Junior Flemings earning the red card and so much just sort of got out of sorts. What was your take of it down there at the end of the first half?
Yeah, well, you said it right there, Drew. Chaos is probably the best way to describe what happened. It's rare that you get a red card like that in a game, and then it's especially rare to have a coach being sent off. So there were a lot of words being exchanged both ways. We'll just leave it at that. But it was impressive to me how the Rowdies players responded, how they kept their cool and stayed calm amongst all of that chaos.
They certainly did throughout the second half. Great reporting tonight, Heather. Eddie, what do you make of it?
Yeah, Heather's right. It's you got to take a look at this as a whole. From the coaching point, it's great character the players show. It shows that these players are following the plan of Neil Collins. Tremendous job. He gets thrown out of a game, too, before you know it. The assistant coach has to come in and take care. But they did a great job even just getting that point. That 2-2, it feels like a victory for them because they play together.
All right, now the tough part. Rowdy's going to have to do without Junior Flemings in the next contest. Good news, they will get Georgie Ristoff back. So good offense coming back for Tampa Bay. There's a look at the scoreboard tonight. Louisville City FC gets a 3-0 victory. Charleston does the same over Richmond. North Carolina FC, a final over Pittsburgh. Charlotte and Penn FC, a 1-1 draw. And then you got Toronto FC 2-0 in the second half over Nashville SC. Right now, with the point, the Rowdies in 11th place. They needed 3 tonight, but still outside the playoff picture looking in. So much more to come this season. Big matches for the Rowdies. Our next home game on ESPN News, Wednesday, August 8th, Al Lang Stadium. That game starts at 7:30. That's the next one here at Al Lang. The Charleston Battery, one of Eddie's former teams, comes to town. Then on Saturday, August 11th, Al Lang Stadium, the place, this TV, Tampa Bay. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock with Lyndon and Heather in the pregame show. Eddie and I, once again, will be in the booth. Well, Eddie, it was certainly fun. Hope for better things for the Rowdies.
Yeah, great game. Not the way they designed it. Great that they got the tie. You got to get 3 at home, though.
All right, it is time now for the match in 5.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to 35 miles of white sand bliss. But it's more than emerald surf and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of life, nature, art, music, or whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics on Florida's Gulf Coast in St. Pete Clearwater. Love the beach.
Life, it's not measured by the breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breath away. Life is the unlimited possibilities all around us. It's the interesting people we meet, the epic places we see, the incredible memories we create. Life is always going on. All you have to do is choose to live it. Full of life, Mohegan Sun.
In the Tampa Bay area, the weather can change in an instant. Especially during storm season, it pays to stay on top of it. That's what makes the free TVO weather app so indispensable. You can track approaching storms with animated radar that zooms to your location. And you can click on the Future Radar button to see where the weather is headed. Don't get caught in the rain. Download TVO Weather today. Go to tvo.com/weather to get started.